Let's kick it old school!
Yeah!
Old school essentials. The further adventures of the Thunderous Fury.
All right, it is session 75 of Old School Essentials, The Further Adventures of the Thunderous Fury. It is time for the recap.
Obviously, Orion wasn't in for this. I'm going to be doing it like I did last time, which is Johntor style. Like, oh man, we finally caught up with Clintock and told him what's going on. Thank goodness for that, because I didn't know what to do. And Jeremiah didn't know either. But Clintock's always the man with the plan. So he figures he'd go to, wander around and talk to everybody and tell them about what's going on, while Jeremiah and I act like we're still working for those crazy bandits and collect the information and turn it over to them so we can, hopefully fool them into thinking we're working for them instead of working for Thunderous Fury. So Clintock goes off to make his rounds, and Jeremiah and I are wandering around the market, and this big guy in leather armor staggers in, and he looks like he's halfway dead. I mean, not like wounds and everything, but like he's just going to collapse with overwork. And we find out it's the abbot. It's the cool guy who drank all the beer at the monastery, but and he heard the word of Karn and really changed his life around, and has been running around adventuring, and now he's come to Prigwort to check up on his dear Nicole and see what ended up happening with that. So Jeremiah seems sort of impressed, but I know I'm not going to be listening to Karn, because there must be some sort of mind control going on there, because he's with the abbot, and then Jeremiah turning a new leaf. Okay, well, Jeremiah had to do that or get hung as a bandit. So I guess I get that. But with the abbot, I'm not listening to Karn anymore. I'm going to listen to the rest of the party. In the meantime, Clintock is going to meet some people, and he gets jerked down an alley by Og's body, who says that somebody borrowed his boots at the party, and it's released something that could end us all. Well, Clintock manages to talk him out of the info, and it turns out that there's a demon called Ostomath, the Band of Sorrows, that got released by whatever happened with the boots. Of course, we don't know anything about that. And Clintock convinces Ogspidey that people need to know, and convinces him to go to the Reverend Mother to tell her what's going on and get her to start searching. So Clintock goes to talk to Commander Hilda so that he can organize the defenses for the town, and gets her to agree to the same plan that Jeremiah suggested, which is, turn over the patrol schedules, but then change them. So at least that looks good. In the meantime, we're wandering around getting patrol schedules and checking up on everything. I see if I can get those rubies and that strange potion ID, but no, the ID's too damn expensive, but we do drop off the rubies for the check magic, so maybe we can actually use them if they're not, beacons that are leading them to us. But we hear that the demon news is out from Clintock, and so we hide the items in the Ratathan Inn. Oh, wow. So good. We're away from that at least. In the meantime, we're headed to the House Codsworth for their vernal equinox party, but which is, all good stuff. And they got a cute little girl who's running around doing play magic tricks. And of course, Clintock charms her like he charms everybody. In any case, Clintock takes the time at the party to warn House Codsworth and the other people there about the problems, and Ogspidey goes to the party even though they weren't expecting him, and surprises everybody because he's no longer wearing his boots, which shocks everybody, of course. So after that night, Sir Rickon shows up, and we fill him in on everything too. And so the next day, Captain Hogwash's guard is sort of milling about in front of the Rat Tatton Inn, and fortunately the innkeeper ain't letting them in, but because it's the Reverend Mother and a couple of churchmen trying to get in the inn, saying that there's something so nasty there, and the innkeeper is blocking him. Well, Clintock offers to help and sends me around to relocate the problem objects, while Jeremiah goes out front and starts doing some real old-timey street preaching to, keep attention off of things. Well, I managed to sneak in the back and get the objects, and then can't figure out where to dump them because obviously they're following them. So I remember those strange crazies at the Wakaliki booth. So I go there and make like I'm trying to find the Wakalikis in and drop off the items and turn around, go away. Sure enough, Reverend Mother and her priest immediately start going down the street towards the booth and stop at the booth and finds the stuff. But fortunately, we weren't there at all. So she's got the stuff and we got away with it. And that's it. I'm sure I missed some details, but there you go.
What did she get away with?
No, she got the stuff. We got away with it.
She got the stuff that summoned the demon, basically.
The very short form is when Jeremiah broke into Og's bodies, there were two items that when you put them together, it summoned the demon.
That's right. That
got-
happened at the end of the episode session.
Right. Well, Jeremiah's wish in the next session, which you weren't in, was for him and his companion, so you were covered, to get out of Ogsbody's mansion undiscovered. And sure enough, and he bargained with the demon's favorite food, which turned out to be fresh flesh of noble. So yeah, Jeremiah's sitting there waving this chunk of blood dripping flesh in front of the demon, going, "Hey, you've been trapped for a long time, right? Isn't this enough for your wish?" So in any case,
Gotcha.
and then we got out, and again, long story short, went on a drinking binge because we were stressed from dealing with the demon, and ended up way the hell out of town. And on our way wandering back into town, ran into a group of bandits who were allied with the Crookhorns, planning on invading Prigwort. And we managed to convince them that we were mercenaries and took some coin for scouting out Prigwort, and did the scouting, got away from them at least. And we, last episode, Wes wasn't here, so we were going, well, we really need to talk to Clintock. He's the only man with the plan we can get hold of. And of course, he wasn't there. We couldn't find him. Clueless, we're wandering around town going, what do we do now? What do we do now? And trying to, stay out of having their throat cut either by the, invading bandits or the people of the town who might see them as, who might see them as being one with the bandits. So all fun.
Yeah, you know that there are bandits scouting in town trying to figure out what the guard rotation is. Edgar, Rufus, and Quinn. And when you went to Cobbsworth's Vernal Equinox party, one of the wait staff smiled and had a gold tooth, and you realized that was Quinn. So you were suspecting something was going to happen, but nothing strange happened, just that Ogsbody showed up with the Reverend Mother. Also, when Ogsbody grabbed Clintock in the alley, he basically told him that the whatever it was would summon some sort of creature that would destroy Prigwort. And he was afraid that it was out and didn't know what to do. And I think Clintock said, "What did you bargain with him for?" And Ogsbody just kind of looked down at his asparagus boots like that's what he got from him. Also, Clintock went to talk to Lady Harrowmoor. No, not Lady Hilda Harrowmoor. And Hilda said to trust you, my sister said to make sure to trust you, even though I'm not sure about what your plan is. You told her what was going on, and make sure you're armed because of just the fear that the town will get attacked, and they need everybody to fight in order for the town to survive. And that's when the whole thing came up with a draft, or Flintock's plan about, Og's body, in quotes, will come up with a vote to draft everybody. They'll get turned down to vote against it, right? Am I close, Wes? Is this okay? Good.
Yeah, so like, the basic idea is to like publicly hold a vote. Everyone will vote in the order that I gave them. This will reveal to Lady Harrowmoor the thing that I had told her previously, that all of them were on the take. But behind the scenes, they'll vote this down in public, but in private they'll be trying to like raise soldiers or people within their ranks to protect the town in the event that the attack happens. So that will hopefully signal to them like, hey, we don't need many people, because like they don't have an army or anything. They're not like trying to raise arms or what have you.
Yeah. You also, when you talk to I was thinking when you're at Cobsworth party, you're talking to, I can't think of her first name now, but it will come to me. She said she heard a rumor about the Crookhorn attack, yes, and wondered if it would be a good idea to send her child to Castle Brackenwold, maybe to get her out of the city. And you said, yeah, it's a good idea. So she was going to get her out of Prigwort in case something happened, just to be safe.
Oh, and then like the last thing was that when I was talking to Captain Holdmore, I told her that like whatever she eventually plans to change like the guard duty to like leave what is like a weak point where they're like the wall is unreinforced, but they've said that it is prepared to like topple part of the wall.
Okay.
Because
that's right.
Like she could get the whoever's doing the building to reinforce stuff to manage that kind of reinforcement, which will hopefully take out a couple when they do try and invade. This is all assuming that they do this and don't just walk through the front gate.
The other plot point I forgot, I put it in my notes, but I skipped over it when I was rereading, is the abbot also showed up at the party, and he had his darling Nicolette's daughter with him. So apparently, even if he hasn't caught up with Nicolette, he has caught up with the family.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The abbot that you would run into had left, decided to take up adventuring, and showed up in the town exhausted and about to pass out. And,
I did mention that.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot to mention that he actually did find his, did at least find the family of his darling Nicolette. So
right, I think that's basically it. Oh, also, do we cover that Wackalicki is in jail?
Yes, that's right. He's in a little bit of trouble.
Probably his seat is going to be vacated and then hopefully filled at the council meeting.
Right, but Wackalicki's in jail for theoretically the original theft, not the has a demon item that's going to destroy Prigwort.
Yeah, theft from the tailor. But not the theft from what's his face, even though we know that he is part of that.
You're part of the whole Og's book and stuff. And
yes.
Okay.
Is it the 20th of Simswold or the 19th of Simswold?
It is the 21st of Simswold. It is a warm and sunny day today. Today is the day of the council meeting. Is there anything in the morning that you will do in preparation? Council meeting will be this afternoon, I would say, at dusk.
Okay. When are we supposed to turn over the schedules and information to the bandits?
I think as soon as possible.
Okay. So, I mean, unless Clintock objects otherwise, that's what Johntor and Jeremiah will, of course, up to Jeremiah too, but that's what we'll plan on doing for the morning, is find the guys and turn over the collected information and hopefully get our just pay. But since it has been a day, before we go there, I want to stop by the folks who do IDs and find out if those gems were actual magic or not.
Those are gems, yes.
They're what?
They're actual gems.
They're not.
They're gems.
They have no magical properties.
Hey, let's
Wow.
look for each of us.
Yeah, of course. I wasn't gonna try anything differently.
Oh no, I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I wonder how much they're worth. Oh, do these guys pay better than Thunderous Fury? Oh, never mind. Possible Wilberforce got me laid. So, well, wait a minute. If they pay enough, oh man, it's so declassified to show up at a whorehouse. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, working for them wouldn't really exactly be following the path of Cuthbert now, would it?
Yeah, I mean, Cromwell, did have this big speech to start out with about, sticking with the one you're with unless they screw you over. And Thunderous Fury is done right by us. So I guess that's what I'll go for. But man, I've never had anybody pay me a gem before. Oh, well, fix it in his pocket.
We can go sell them.
Oh man, is there a jeweler in town?
Don't know. But we can ask around, and we got to get our story straight for what we're going to tell these guys we found out.
Well, we got the list. I mean, we got the list of the patrol schedules.
You got ruby gems, right? Yeah, they're worth 20 gold apiece. They would at least tell you that.
Oh, not so much money there. Okay.
Do you want to keep the gem and just give me 20 gold?
No, I'm going to keep my own. It's a memento now. First gem I ever earned. Even if it was for,
Yeah, but I got to turn it into gold so I can tithe what Karn told me to tithe, and then I can keep the rest and be able to, buy some things.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine.
Instead of being a mooch.
Okay, fine. Here you go.
Oh, you're just going to buy it from him for the 20 gold?
Yeah, he'll just hand you 20 gold.
Okay.
Because he, like you said, he'll change his mind later, I'm sure. But right now it's like, well, it's, first Jimmy's been paid. First money, first gem, got some equipment, got a spell. I'm sure he has been good to him. I figured I'm going to find the damn magic user and trade for some spells. Or get some spells. Oh well. I don't know that we need to say much. I mean, we were wandering around town, and we can, and you got that story about how you got the patrol schedules for Hilda's group, and we got the guard schedules, and we can give them that, and we can tell them the rumor about there being a demonic item in town, but the Reverend Mother found it and put it in the church, so we can give them that info. I mean, that's probably something they want to know.
Well, and weren't we going to tell them something about the wall being weak somewhere where it's actually going to be reinforced or something?
Yeah, I think that's part of the patrol schedule, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to wherever the schedule is at, one of those places where it looks weak will actually end up being reinforced. Wherever they're not actually guarding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we got our story. I guess we'll go find the guys. I wonder what Quinn was doing at the party, though. That makes me nervous. I thought they were gonna try stuff right there.
I did too. But hey, let's swing by the church real quick while we're out looking for these guys, and I'll give them a couple of gold for my tithes.
Don't you know you're supposed to you're supposed to tithe after you have a lot of money? I think you should hold on to 20 gold, kid. It'll earn you interest, and then you can tithe as much as you want once it turns into 200 gold.
I'll ask Karn about that, but in the meantime, I'll just err on the side of caution. I don't want him mad at me. I'm already going to be in trouble.
I dare say you are if you're going to give away gold that quickly.
Not for the gold, for that beer I drank.
Oh man, you were such a lightweight. I mean, one beer and wham, face down on the table. What the hell, man? We gotta. Oh, that's right. I was gonna say we gotta train you up on that, but yeah.
I ended up with a black eye in the middle of that field.
Sounds like you need to build up your tolerance. That's something old W. Slee can help you with.
W. Slee.
Look, I kind of lifted this potion, and it has a potion with an angry face. I have it in my notes. He may or may not have that, but somebody has it.
Yeah, that's what's talked about.
It was what Johntor got from the demon horde, and Johntor would have kept it on himself unless you light fingered it.
Yeah. You know, it would be in his character to light finger it. That's totally something that Wampus would do.
All right, so are you going to find one of the guys to give him the info? Like go in the middle of town? Okay. Or are you gonna you said stopping about
so we did
by the
our
church,
little
maybe?
errands. Yeah, we did our little errands. We took him to the church. We got the okay that the gyms were fine. So yeah, let's go find. Is Wampus coming with us, or is Wampus going with Flintock?
Well, I'm Quintox under my protection. So I will have to be protecting my ward.
Taking your ward, yeah.
I mean, we're not going to do too many exciting things this morning. Sleep,
Well,
getting breakfast, and then maybe some hijinks.
well, I do like breakfast with a small side of hijinks.
So we're off to-
where are we going?
Oh, well, by all means, we're going to the Wrinkled Medlar.
Okay.
What happened to the Medlar?
Oh, it's the place to go. The place to see and be seen.
It's the swanky place in town.
That is correct.
Great.
Don't worry, it can be discreet.
He like kind of smooths. He's got like long silver hair with like blonde streaks. He kind of like smooths it back. It's kind of like greasy. Sounds good to me.
And of course, the strict door policy of no weapons.
Well-
However, if the doorman let you in one other time, I'm sure if you tip him appropriately, he won't mind as long as you're discreet about it.
Yes.
All right, you are going to head there to the Wrinkled Medlar. So you run into Edgar, Rufus, and Quinn in the market. I'm guessing that's Johntor and Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Or are you all the same place? All right, okay, yeah. You run into the three of them. They sort of spot you in the market. They look tired, like they've been up all night.
Okay. I sort of look at Jeremiah and see if he's going to talk first. So then, if he doesn't look inclined, I'll talk to him.
I mean, I've been talking to him all this time, so he'll let you say whatever you want to them.
Oh, Jeremiah takes a step back and puts me on the spot. Johntor gives you an eyeball, like I'll remember this. Guys, we got some good stuff for you, but where you want to talk about it?
He's like, one of them is crunching on a raspberry tartlet, and they're like, just let us know right here. I mean, we don't need to. And there's different vendors and that are setting up. There's people selling pastries and general goods. People bringing out their carts to sell fruits and vegetables and stuff like that and trade. They're not fully set up just yet.
Okay. Well, okay. He said here, so make sure there isn't, the obvious police guardsman eyeballing us from somewhere.
No, a quick look around, you see one of the guards, which looks like from Captain Hogwash is around, and he is buying some looks like he's buying raspberry tartlets from these two young ladies who are selling them in baskets.
Ah, those two. Wow, they get around. Because last time we saw them was way the heck in a different location. But okay, whatever. We wrote down the guard schedules that we wrote down patrols that we figured out, and Jeremiah got hold of the guard schedule for the Harrowmoor, Harrowmoor lady outside, and there's some juicy gossip going around about, and he'll hand over those written reports, and then there's some juicy gossip going around about Ogsbody lost a demonic item or something, and the Reverend Mother was running around yesterday and apparently found it and took it to the church.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you know? But what kind of demonic item? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, we saw the Reverend Mother running around and heard that Ogsbody was talking about losing a demon summoning item.
Rufus chomping on a tartlet kind of raises an eyebrow.
So damn good. I need a couple of those.
Yeah, they got some cinnamon cookies over there too. Better get over there before they sell out. But that's some good information. He reaches into his pocket. He hands you another ruby gem that's probably about the same size, probably about the same amount too, like 20 gold.
Okay. Is it one for each of us or just one?
Just one. Just one. Hey, I'm just speaking for me. I can't speak for anybody. I'll just speak for me. You play your cards right. Johntor it is, right? Is that your name?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you play your cards right. You know, you might be the mayor of this fair town.
Oh man, that's such a hassle. I just have to delegate to somebody trustworthy, you know.
He looks past you and sees Jeremiah. Oh, looks like you got one right there, your right-hand man.
Or I could be the mayor and he could be my right-hand man. But I guess I'd probably be a good sidekick.
We could be co-mayors. That's it.
We could be
I'm
co-mayor.
I'm the mayor of breweries, and what will you be the mayor of?
I will be the mayor of the market.
Oh man, yeah, it's always important to have money in town.
This could work out really, really well.
Boy, they really want some patsies, don't they? They're looking at Tweedledee and Tweedledum and going, yeah, those guys will make good mayors because we can manipulate them like hell from the background.
And we know that everybody's coming in here in a few days, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're
Yeah.
gonna be getting to work and finding some people to help with that too.
Yeah, it better be worth it. Edgar looks at you. It better be worth it because I'm missing the Dolman Wood doubles arm wrestling championship that's going on in Castle Brackenwold right now.
Right, that plot.
I heard that was just going to be a shoe-in for some guy named what was his name? Basil? I heard that some guy Basil was a shoe-in for that.
Yeah, right.
And some girl here in town was really strong too. You're probably not missing much.
No.
Better hope the dock master doesn't show up. He gave Basil a run for his money last time.
Look, we're glad to be rid of our old boss, okay? We get paid a lot better.
You guys are paying better than the Thunderous Fury, that's for sure. Screw those guys.
Well, everything goes well. There ain't gonna be a whole lot of them around to pay you anyway, so.
Well, yeah.
What do you want us to do during the fight? I mean, I'm not much of a frontline fighter. I just got this armor. Clank, clank, clank. Keep my blood in my body, you know.
What's that fella? What's that guy's name? The one that wears the beret? Yeah.
Oh, that's Quinn.
Yeah, stay away from him. You don't want to get hit with collateral damage.
Okay.
I hear he's worth a lot of money in some far off empire.
Johntor gives this strange look on his face, and eyes start to the side for a second. Oh, wow, okay. Is there any place we should be instead?
Oh, yeah, it's a good point. Might want to hunker down somewhere. That's probably your best bet.
Okay,
Yeah, just find a place to lay low.
fair enough.
I'm sure he looks over Jeremiah. I'm sure he's good at finding places to hide.
He probably is. But as soon as the fighting starts, I'll be helping you guys.
Okay, good.
I got my trusty spear. I got my chainmail. I'm good to go.
All right.
Well, I hope so. He's like, I hope so. He kind of looks you both over as you and he notices you both have matching black eyes that are sort of faded, but you can still kind of see them.
Right. This is so exciting. I've never been part of such a big operation before.
Yeah, well, hopefully everything goes to plan. Be a big payday for you guys and some promotions.
Man, that would be great.
Oh yeah, their names are Edgar, Rufus, and Quinn. I believe Basil Bessix arm wrestled Edgar.
Gotcha.
Yes, he did, because
Yeah.
I have his strength score written down, and that's what I was doing. Yeah. Edgar has scars, Rufus has silky hair, and Quinn has a gold tooth. So they chomp down on some cinnamon cookies and kind of make their way into the crowd of vendors and merchants showing up and kind of just disappear.
Okay. Oh, wow. They tempted me with that food. I got to go get either some raspberry tartlets or some cinnamon cookies, maybe a little both. What have the two ladies got left?
They've got a lot left. They have a couple of baskets, and you can see that one of them has like a backpack.
I'll buy a tartlet and a cookie, one each for each of us. So 2 tartlets, 2 cookies.
But are they good?
They smile and just say 1 gold piece.
Okay. Well, I will turn over the 1 gold piece, and then I'll hand Jeremiah the 1 each, and hand him another 10 gold. Say, since you didn't want the gems, I'll take the gem from this morning, and you can take your gold and tithe it if you want, I guess.
That works for me.
And then the person behind you, older woman, purchases some stuff, and she says, you charged me more for these. And the girl's like, yeah, but he was cute. Sorry.
You hear that, Johntor? She likes you.
Charisma again? Wow, somebody. Wow, okay, somebody. Johntor just gets completely like flustered and waves back at the girls.
I knock his hand down and go, no, you gotta pretend you don't notice her. You gotta be mysterious. Yeah, you gotta be a little aloof. Just be like, sup.
Is this something you know about from your prior life?
Oh, it's what I've watched guys do my whole life. Nobody ever wants to. Girls never like me though. I mean, have you taken a look at this mug?
Oh, right. You've got what, charisma? What? Never mind.
It's pretty bad.
Okay, I'll try to. Thanks for the advice. I'll try it out next time, I guess. Right, 3. How the hell did the charisma 3 end up a paladin? Right, no choice. Yeah, paladin. First line requirements: minimum charisma 9.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Called I don't care what the rule says. That's what that is. It's more. It's story wise. It makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So Clintock, you go to the Wrinkled Medlar with Wampus.
Correct.
Doorman lets you in. Some fine dining.
Wampus is just kind of like eyeing the plates as they pass. Just kind of licks his lips a little bit. Tries to be discreet about it, but somebody might have noticed.
You do know you're allowed to order something off the menu.
Oh, of course you are. I mean, gotta come here all the time. I know the menu like the back of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't seem to remember it.
I believe you probably like the unicorn rump. If I was to order for you, that's what I would order.
Well, it does sound delightful. However, I will have to check it out myself.
Yeah, I'll wait until somebody comes around to take our order, and then I will just point to a random table, preferably not anyone that I know, and order them some sort of morning beverage to take a bite out of last night's festivities. I assume the people here participated last night, or at least some.
That's a good question. Some people, this is a place where they might think that type of party and that crowd would be beneath them.
Oh, fair enough.
This morning's is Tideland cider.
Okay, nice.
The effect is tranquil daydreaming.
Well, I will order one for a random table, and then also for me and Wampus.
Oh, okay, yeah. A young couple appreciates your generosity and thanks you. Of course, you can get the unicorn rump if you wish, but today's primary dish is whole suckling pig. A whole piglet spit roast complete with an apple in its mouth.
We are absolutely getting that.
That sounds like a delightful breakfast.
The side dish is Sperry, a melt-in-the-mouth confection of crispy sugared moth wings.
When in the dolmen wood, it was the dolmen wood I do.
Well, that sounds delightful. Order up.
Yes. And he takes your order and pours you some more cider and goes back and gets some food. Anything you're going to do here in particular? Just enjoy a breakfast.
Just enjoy a breakfast. If I overhear anything, but I'm not going out of my way.
Let's see. You would overhear a little bit of talk about the fact that there is a council meeting tonight. So that would be kind of like on everybody's, or the tip of everybody's tongue, you know, because it's kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be a little bit of discussion of that. Everybody's curious about what's going to happen and, you know, what will be decided. The rumors of a Crookhorn attack and one seen about town, which was dispatched apparently by by Captain Hogwash and associates, which they're very surprised that Captain Hogwash was actually involved in that. So they're, you know, that piques their curiosity as well.
Interesting.
Because he seems kind of MIA.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
While we're breakfasting, Wampus will like hold aloft his glass or mug or his drinking vessel, and he kind of like looks at it and he's like, Clintock, you know what is one of the funny truths about life?
Go on.
Is that no matter your station, whether you're rich as the king or queen or you're as poor as the beggar outside this establishment, everybody starts their day with alcohol. And he drinks it.
Only the finest among us.
Yes.
I look around. Do I notice anyone that looks particularly like they're waiting for somebody?
Just in general, like waiting for somebody to join them.
Somebody sitting by themselves at a table that looks anxious.
Yeah, sure. I'll say that. Yeah, you definitely spot someone.
So I usher over the waiter and I tell whoever it is, I tell them to, you see that person over there? It seems as if they're alone this morning. Would you mind inviting them over?
Very surprised at this. They come over.
That's Clintock. Always scheming a scheme.
Give me a D100, Wes, and Dustin D100 as well.
45.
98. The last time we rolled high, there was a gloam. So
No, yeah,
it's not the same table.
Gloam is anxiously waiting.
That would be too damn funny.
Peculiar raven-looking fellow over at this table.
The bucket of teeth next to him now makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, a man probably middle age, with a graying beard, wearing a large helm that is made of velvet. Fitzhaugh, Dingport. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. And might I say, lovely hat.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I invited you over because it looked like you'd been stood up this morning. No one should eat breakfast alone.
Yeah, no, I was at the I had a few drinks last evening. I think it was the Open the O's. Met some lovely ladies over there, and they said that they would surely join me for breakfast at the Wrinkled Medlar. But they have not shown up.
I'm sure it's because they had too many drinks, not because they didn't intend to show up.
Yes.
Do tell
That
me,
is-
what is your business in this town here, in Prigworts?
What is his profession? I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He reaches down and he grabs the apple from the piglet and a knife and your empty wine glass, and he starts juggling them. He throws them and he catches the apple in his mouth.
Oh,
Joker.
Oh, thank you.
impressive.
Well, I prefer performer, but
Well, either way. When is your next gig?
well, I was with a traveling troupe. We were about it was about a month ago, I believe. We were here performing, and they told me to meet them at the market square for our departure to Castle Brackenwold at noon, but when I arrived, they never showed up, and I have been here ever since.
You poor man, constantly getting stood up. First then, now by these women.
Yeah, well, maybe it was some sort of miscommunication we had.
Well, Thunderous Fury has need of performers and jokers.
Thunderous Fury. I honestly say I've not heard of this. They need performers as well. What does this group do?
We get by, but we travel the lands, solving problems, helping the needy and ourselves.
Oh, you're like
Well, at least that's what I've been told. I just joined.
I've been in this group for about a day.
We're also an advocate for the arts, and
Yes.
as an artist, we like to seek out entertainment.
I only mention this because I have one thing that I'm about 80% confident on, is that of all the things to stand you up in your life, the Thunderous Fury would not be one of them.
This is true. We always find a use for every single one that joins our ranks.
If you're looking to get out, if you're looking to get out, looking to go on, well, old Wampus Slee is accepting apprentices.
Oh, excellent. I'm short on coin. I've spent it all trying to stay here and work and do part-time work. In fact, most of it I spent last night. The rest of it, but
That's okay. I can work on a loan.
Oh, excellent.
Wow. Of course, I'm not there, but Clintock, you've got some definite competition there for
So-
schemes.
If this sounds of interest to you, let's have drinks.
Oh, yes. Sure. He pulls up a seat. I hope you don't mind. I dine with my helm on.
If that's the weirdest thing about you, sir, then you're gonna get along just fine.
Do please enjoy some of the suckling pig. It's quite fantastic. Tell Fitzhaugh, who is your last employer?
Fitzhaugh. The A is silent.
Fitzhaugh.
The last it was a traveling performing group.
No. I caught that. I was talking about here in Prigworts. Who were you performing at the party last night?
Oh no. I couldn't manage. Oh, that's too high scale for me. I couldn't afford to perform there.
Ah, I see, I see. Well, where have you performed here in Prigwort?
Well, the market, in the market, of course.
Ah, I see, I see.
The market square.
This sort of
Um,
independent businessman.
Yes. Yeah, yes, independent, yeah. They don't charge much. At least the old lady who was selling her knitwear did not charge me too much to perform at her booth.
I see.
Did you perform outside the booth or inside the booth?
On top of the booth,
Good man.
he reaches into his pocket. She gave me this mitten.
What does the mitten look like?
It looks like a blue mitten that's been knit.
Well, if that isn't the finest bit of knitting I've seen,
But I have the hardest time figuring out which hand to put it on since I only have one.
and how did you come to the decision for which hand to use?
Well, I usually
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to embarrass you. Of course, I understand how you made that decision.
oh,
And then just like wink at him and then keep eating.
he looks relieved that he doesn't have to reveal how he decides which mitten on which hand to wear it.
Well, how would you like a gig this evening?
What I would have to give you a loan. I have no money.
Oh, well, I'm sure you can work it off. But there's a council meeting, and they're generally drab affairs, as far as I understand it. But they could use some entertainment. So please come to the council meeting this evening. Be my
The
guest.
council meeting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that is probably a lot, very pricey. I would be indebted to you for quite some time to pay that back.
Oh, I'm sure you're good for it. But I wouldn't want to step over whatever deal you have with Wampus here. So,
Oh, correct. I apologize. Yes, since you're my mentor, I guess I would have to ask you, does this sound like something I should do?
It sounds like an excellent idea. In fact, my esteemed colleague and I were communicating about it telepathetically right before he said it.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. Well, this apparently is my lucky day, I guess. Maybe this was Blessie's plan all along for me to be here and wait for her, but
well, praise Blessing. And then throws back some.
yeah, he drinks some more. He drinks some more of the cider. Well, sir, this is definitely a fine meal. What time is this affair?
Oh, I will think about whatever time it's supposed to be and tell him to show
Right.
up. Half an hour before.
Okay. I will, yes.
I look forward to seeing you there. I hope you won't stand us up.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Like one of the waiters or whatever is standing to the side, just watching the conversation. Give the feeling like, is he bothering you? Okay, they seem to be doing okay.
Wow. So not only did the ladies set him up, they set him up at the richest place in town so he could get thrown out too. Wonderful.
All right, so you've picked up Fitzhaugh Dingport, the circus performer, which I randomly rolled as his occupation.
You know, we always need entertainers.
Always.
This time we'll find somebody, we'll appreciate somebody close to his background.
He will. There's a potential act that could go on. Maybe some high wire juggling fireballs.
All right, so what else are you guys?
That's the only thing I have. Waste away the rest of my day. Just generally prepping, scoping out, see if anybody else shows up at Wackalicky's place, looking for anything since he is indisposed. Like I'll try and just like stake it out, basically. Find a place nearby that I can see it from, in case
Okay.
someone else is using this as an opportunity to do anything there.
No, it's pretty quiet. So yeah, staking out the place. Fitzhaugh enjoys his food and then heads out to very happy to and excited, a little bit nervous because this probably will set him back. He's going to owe you lots of money to be able to perform at such a prestigious event, but he's going to do it.
But he's going to pay us to perform.
Yeah. So
Yes.
you get known and you get access to more prestigious private venues and parties. That's where you make the real money.
Yeah, that's what every musician wants to hear, right?
It's exposure.
As the day passes, on the 21st day of Simswald. And I would figure all of you would meet up at some point in the afternoon. I would assume, if there's something you want to discuss.
Okay.
I think one of the things that, other than going to the church, that Jeremiah would definitely want to do is he's embarrassingly short on weaponry because he's just got the spear and that rope, and he'd probably want to try to find a dagger somewhere at the very least
Okay.
to be able to buy a dagger, a fighting dagger, or maybe even a sword. I don't know if he's got enough money to buy a sword, but he's feeling a little naked.
Johntor will be happy to tag along while he goes weapon shopping.
I mean, sure, he can buy a two-handed sword for 15 gold, so that's not too bad. And I mean, normally it's worth 15 gold. I don't know what it'll be in Prigwort.
With the book price is fine. That'd be okay.
Yeah, he would probably try to find a two-handed sword and maybe a dagger.
Okay.
Spears are nice, but you know what happens if your spear breaks or you're in close quarters, or you know, heaven forbid you got to stab somebody in the back.
Then you have a short spear and a staff.
Yeah, maybe not a two-handed sword, because I mean, probably just like a regular sword. Yeah. He's not the king of the paladins that Karn is. I don't know if you want him to role play it, or we can just say that he went and bought that stuff.
Unless there's something you're trying to get out of it.
No, nothing really in particular.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Johntor will add a short sword to his weaponry. He's already got a dagger, but something a little bigger than a dagger for close in work. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, in the market square, there's a couple of people selling weapons there today, so you can buy some weapons.
Yeah, I'll figure out what he's going to add to it. But other than that, I don't think he's got anything that he wants to do. We're going to have to go to the council meeting tonight.
Yeah.
All right. So the council meeting is going to be held at the town hall.
Oh yeah, this will be with Flintock. We'll definitely let him know that we turned over the goods and they haven't tried to betray us yet. So looks like they think we're good, and they say there's this big bounty over you that you're worth a lot to somebody somewhere, and we shouldn't be anywhere near you when it goes down.
That sounds about right.
Well, when you tend to stir up trouble, people come after you. So we'll just have to do our best to avoid this big bounty. Who would want to do such a thing anyway? What enemies have you accrued?
Oh, I don't remember exactly.
Not those Crookhorns, is it?
No, I don't think so. Well, let's just say we should probably not talk about it in polite company. Maybe under a rousing campfire tale should be more suitable place for such a story. Better yet, wait till Ryan gets back and he'll tell you a great number of stories.
Where did Orion go to?
Westward somewhere. He was looking for a pool to take a bath in last I checked.
There are a lot of pools out there.
Indeed.
I've lost some clothes at them.
Well, glad you could always find a new set. Or, well, at least have found a new set.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he didn't lose his clothes too.
No guarantees.
All right. It is about an hour before the meeting is supposed to occur.
I will definitely post up there and be waiting/watching for people's arrival, but not actually going into like the council chambers wherever we're meeting. I actually don't know where the place is we're meeting.
It is at the town hall. So the market square is right there, and it's town hall. The town hall is an elaborate building with 2 pointy ornamental turrets and an ostentatious portcullis gate, and a profusion of heraldic shields decorating its tiled walls.
Okay, well, the one thing I will investigate ahead of time, if possible, is the gate/gate guard situation.
Oh yeah, when you go up there, there are 2 town guards, and they seem to be in some kind of discussion with a man with a large velvet helm on his head, who is like trying to explain to them that he's supposed to be here because he is
yes.
tonight's entertainment.
I will walk up and intercede on his behalf.
Oh, see, this is the man I was telling you about. And they're just like, they kind of look at you like, what?
Oh, you're awfully early. I said 30 minutes before. It's nearly an hour before things.
Yes, I wanted to make sure I was punctual.
Yes, it's good thinking, good thinking. Always be early, always be early. But yes, sorry, this man will be attending the council meeting with me. He is part of my retinue. What kind of disturbance has he made here for you?
No, he just said that he was supposed to be here. He wanted to go inside and practice his act.
Well, I mean, would you mind if we stepped inside for a moment?
Yeah, that would be fine. That would be, you can enter.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Let us go in.
Okay, so you go up the front steps and open the doors. It is a gloomy hall bedecked with heraldic tapestries bearing the insignias of the 7 noble brewing houses, depicting the greatest elevated brewmasters of the town's past.
Oh, nice.
And there are 4 wooden thrones on a dais in the middle, where obviously the brewmasters all sit.
Cool.
7 houses but 4 thrones? How do they?
No, there are 7 thrones.
Okay.
It is, yeah, it's pretty empty. It's pretty big. There are a few seats on either side for maybe somebody to come in and sit down, but it's not for like a public audience to show up.
Are there like name placards for where everyone normally sits?
No, but on the back of their chairs is the house symbol.
Oh, okay. In that case, I will. Pilston is the old guy, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right. I will go put my normal dagger, kind of like jam it up underside the table area there, so that it's accessible from his seat, but also kind of hidden.
Okay.
Johntor sees this. You're doing a scheme, aren't you? You're the best schemer. Oh, am I not supposed to say? Oh, sorry.
So yeah, Fitzhaugh is kind of like, he's got a big sack with him, and he's going through a bunch of random things, and you can see him looking around and like trying to figure out where to stand, where would be the best spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, like he's looks like he's got like a stuffed rat and some kind of like spiked ball and like a long rod with like a tassel on it. He's like pulling the stuff out of bag, just kind of like trying to figure out what to use.
Well, I think you should stick with non-harmful objects. I mean, they do make for more entertainment, but some people might find them threatening, being a council meeting and all. So maybe the stuffed rat is a good option. We'll get a good laugh.
Yes. Okay, good advice. Yes.
Oh,
Then-
can you do that trick where you bounce stuff off the floor to juggle instead of throwing it up in the air? Or maybe the mixed trick where you sort of throw some stuff up and you bounce other stuff off the floor. Can you do that one?
Maybe. And you see him, he takes out this little jar and kind of sets it to the side. So in case I need to set anything on fire.
Ah, good to know. Actually, keep that handy.
Yeah, but he kind of looks at the towel. He looks, he's like, everything is made of wood though. It might, it doesn't burn that hot, to be honest. It's a trick.
The best tricks are. I think you should stick that rat right under that throne or that chair, and he points to Ignatius, like house sumer, like the sumer fish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, Ignatius Crap Hand.
Yeah, I particularly think that they would find that very amusing.
Oh, okay, and he does that. He goes and puts the rat under the throne. So you hear
Bunch of crazies, if you can't dazzle them with dexterity, there's definitely a lot of bullshit going on here.
You hear some trumpets from outside, and you hear the guards kind of like scurrying around. And one of them opens the door and says, "Lady Harrowmoor's on her way. Just act like you got sense." Closes the door.
Act like you got it.
Nice.
And arriving, well, you just hear some horses outside, and the door opens, and 2 knights open the door and come in, looking around. And behind them is Lady Harrowmoor.
I give a deep bow.
She thanks you for that. She looks around and then she sees the random items on the floor. Lord Clintock, I see you and your retinue have arrived early.
Yes. I figured that to liven the mood, since I imagine it'll be a rather dour affair given the circumstances of the meeting.
Yes.
That I thought I'd bring some entertainment. So we have a juggler this evening.
Oh,
I hope that's all right.
that's fine. I'm sure a little levity wouldn't hurt. I assume it's the man in the velvet helm.
Yes, that would be him.
The man in the velvet helm.
She says, can we have a word? Can I have a word with you for a moment?
Yes, by all means.
Kind of steps to the side. I do appreciate the information that you have given me when you visited the house and everything that you've done, returning my daughter. You are quite a peculiar individual, I would say. I don't think I've ever met anyone, at least I knew for certain, that didn't have a soul.
Yeah.
And though I wonder what your intentions with Prigwort are, I do know, at least strongly believe, that you do not wish to harm those in the town, just to benefit from their mistakes or errors in judgment, which doesn't really bother me.
That's basically the gist of it. I came into town. I saw that the way things were going, there was just a bunch of feuds and rivalries, and that really nobody had their mind set on what was good for Prigwort. It's only what was good for them. And so I thought I'd throw my hat into the ring, as I am not really much different than that. But at the same point in time, I'd like to see a fair game. And I feel like they've had their time for too long. But surely you've heard in recent lights some of the events going on, Crookhorns.
Yes, I've heard of the Crookhorns. What, if I do, may I ask, is that what happened with the Ape Empire? Did they not treat you fairly?
Well, the Ape Empire, that's a good story, and a long one at that. Fairness is just one of the intro portions of that story. I would happily talk to you more later this evening, but as I was referring to the Crookhorn situation, I think at this time, as much as I would be happy with a reorganization of the city council, I think that it is not the current time for that. But the votes this evening will happen in this explicit order, and I think that this will be all the information you need to know that everyone is on the take. Well, most of them. But I have plans for us. Well, have you talked to the captain since you've arrived?
The knights are speaking with Captain Hogwash, and Hilda my sister, is
Oh yes,
manning the defenses. Yes, manning the defenses of Prigwort as we speak.
Yes. When I spoke to Hilda, it was because I had come aware of information that there was a group assisting the Crookhorns, gross, to take over Prigworts, which I would definitively not like to see happen. That one of the tools we could use to weaken their forces and think that they have the upper hand is that we should have a public vote this evening to institute a draft in the city to raise an army to protect against the Crookhorn invasion. But I've already spoken or sent letters to everyone, letting them know that their vote is to publicly turn down said draft, but in secret to raise as many troops as they can muster within their ranks that they trust. I think this will prepare us an advantage, not only in reinforcing your forces, but also maybe cause them to send less than they would normally send if they thought they were going to meet the full force of the city.
Yes.
The interlocutors will be fed bullshit, so to speak.
Yes.
But since I've given all of that information, and I think I've shown that I do care about Prigworts, I would like just a tiny bit of information from you. Can you tell me anything about that creature that I saw you playing for the other evening?
Oh, my counselor.
Ah,
He is
yes.
very wise,
Have you known him for long?
although he's been in the family for a very long time.
I see. I wouldn't want to be presumptive, but I assume that your house is still in control of affairs, not the counselor, and you're not just a puppet government.
No, no. He is merely a counselor, someone I seek guidance from. You know, in case some stranger or outsider arrives in Prigwort and presents me with all these fantastic information that I'm really not sure of, and I need to check his background to find out who and what he is about. For example,
Ah, so was it him or you that knew that I didn't have a soul?
oh, it was him.
Ah, I see. Well, after this has worked its way out, so to speak, and we've resolved the issue with the Crookhorns, might I ask in return, the only thing is that I've been given an introduction to this counselor.
Let's see how this evening goes.
So yeah, I'm sure you have many important things to attend to before we get started. So unless you have anything else,
There are some very drab formalities which I must attend to.
I see.
Wow.
So she smiles, goes, and a couple of the knights follow her out. She goes outside. Her cart is out there with the horses, and Sir Rickon arrives with his squire Johann, his leather armor. The knights will make a perimeter around the town hall with a few of the soldiers from Captain Hogwash. Should be ample enough protection. We don't want to arouse too much suspicion, but we want to be safe.
Gotcha. Most prudent.
Wow.
Close to time for the council meeting, and let's take a break right there. All right, so you guys are at the council meeting. It is about to begin.
Yay.
Sir Rickon comes
Okay.
inside, and he stands inside the door with his squire. Lady Harrowmoor comes in and sits down at like a table with like a chair. Like she is sitting at a chair, and the brewmasters are in their 7 wooden thrones on a dais, like almost above her. As she sits in this like just a plain chair. You guys are off to the side in like some court seating, you and the retinue and the entertainment. Those are the only people in there. So as the door opens, each of the brewmasters enters. Og's body comes in as you would expect, with his perfect pink mink coat and his various chains and his asparagus boots. With a big smile on his face, he looks very relieved, almost in a very jovial mood. He sees you, Clintock, and smiles and takes his position, sits down.
He finally came clean of everything he was doing, and apparently wasn't killed for it, but we'll see.
So Wilfrina Cobsworth comes in next with her blonde curly hair, wearing her pine green chaperone and teal gambeson with her house crest on it. She, however, looks very worried, very concerned, kind of makes eye contact with you, Clintock, and looks very, very nervous as she takes her seat. The next person to enter is Daphne Edgar of House Halthwitten with her beehive hairdo and her tiger skin doublet. Comes in very confident, of course, sees you and has a smile and very confident of this evening's events, whatever's going to transpire. Then is Master Peabody of House Oberon. Now he is wearing his cherry red long cloak and matching fedora, and kind of walks over to you, Clintock, and gives you kind of a wink. He walks over and he says, "I didn't want to wear the good stuff tonight. I didn't want to give anything away."
Yeah, save it for better of it.
And he opens his cloak and he's got like a little flask. I got a brew I've been working on.
Excellent.
And then realizes, I've been talking to Lord Clintock for too long, and hurries over and takes his seat. Then there's kind of a little bit of a ruckus outside as they're obviously there's some order where they come in. So, and coming in like a drab gray jumpsuit with his hair disheveled is Hogel Broadbane from House Wackalicky. As he is led in by Captain Hogwash. He is not in any kind of irons or anything, but obviously he's in some kind of jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Mumbling. And he sees you, Lord Clintock. I know that guy. That's Lord Clintock. Hey, yeah, he can vouch for me. Yeah, he can vouch for me.
Oh boy, somebody is delusional.
I'm serious. I didn't take that stuff. I didn't.
Very well.
And he sits down. Then next is Ignatius Craphand, which he comes in, and accompanying him is Elvira, his wife. And the whole council just kind of gives him a sideways look like, really? And they're like, what, you know, and finally, would say, so, Daphne Edgar, with her Behair Hive says, we've told you about this, Ignatius. This is just for brewmasters. Elvira we are a team. We've had this discussion before. Take it up with the council. And he goes in and sits, and she sits like right behind his chair. And then last but not least is Smide Humblebuff, House Pilston, in his dirty straw hat and overalls, like he literally had just come from the field, mud still on his boots, a general disdain for just entering this hall. He looks at you and unsure of what his look is. It's not one of disgust or happiness. It's just kind of like, oh, you're here. And he sighs as he looks up at the council members and shakes his head, just kind of walks and takes his seat. And then Lady Harrowmoor says, now we shall proceed with the elevated council of brewmasters. This evening's meeting shall begin. And the door closes, and Sir Rickon kind of closes the door and stands there, like I said, with the squire. And immediately, Lady Harrowmoor is distracted because Ignatius Craphand has found the stuffed rat under his seat, and he's got it, and he sits it on the arm of his chair, kind of like looking there, and he's petting it. He finds it extremely amusing. Lady Harrowmoor says, well, they go through the general obnoxious proceedings of this is the blah, 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 the admin stuff that we don't need to cover. Everybody just kind of looks either disinterested or like they care or don't give a shit. And Lady Harrowmoor says first, as you know, Lord Clintock is here with his retinue. Does anyone have any objections? And they all kind of look at each other. No, there are no objections to him being here. I believe he has a pressing matter he would like to discuss with the council and the circumstances that have arisen. And Lord Clintock, if you would.
Yes. I am sorry to bother you with this troublesome news. But it has come to my knowledge, even in this short time being here, that the Crookhorns are more of a problem than what we previously understood to be true, or what you've previously understood to be true. And tonight, just as somebody passing through, I would like to offer up information that I have on good authority that there are imminent plans for an invasion of Prigworts by the Crookhorns, and I think that there is no other choice for the city to make. Institute a draft of every able man, boy, woman, girl, anyone that can carry a sword or a knife to defend the city from these horrible creatures. I don't know what details, the age of the draft, the age limit, the age floor, whatever. I leave that up to you, but I propose that in this evening, that you bolster your forces, because the guard that you have is not enough for the number that I know that will descend upon you.
Ogsbody looks at you and says, this draft, can we have someone take up arms in our stead, perhaps?
What do you mean?
Someone who can raise a sword in like they were me, but not me.
Oh, well, no. My idea is certainly not that the council themselves fight.
Oh, thank God.
They're most likely to be taken hostage and used for ransom. We would not have that.
Pilston says, you think you're going to get money for this group? Ransom.
Well, what little money?
Jokes. He comes there with jokes.
Well, I'm not the only entertainment for the evening. And I point over to the juggler and I say, he'll provide entertainment after we get rid of this serious business here. For even though the ransom may be a joke, I am very clear in that I worry for this town, this city. And as great as Lady Harrowmoor has done to bolster the forces, her and her sister, they've still come up with fewer number than is required.
Lady Harrowmoor says, "You've heard Lord Clintock. A draft. Every able-bodied man, woman, child carrying weapons. Correct? Is that what you are saying?
This is what I propose.
This is
Yes.
this seems a noble proposal, considering the gravity of the situation.
I am but a passer through, so even though I raise this cause, and the Lady Harrowmoor thinks it maybe also a noble cause, I ask each of you to think in your hardest of hearts and think what Prigworts means to you, and what without Prigworts, what your brewmastering would be, and that you vote in favor this evening of creating a draft to defend all of the great creations you've created here."
Og's body stands up. Yes, I second this. I am ready to send those to fight for me. Yes.
Ready to send people to fight for me. Yeah, there we go.
Brave man.
Yeah, really.
Daphne Hedger stands up and says, "This is a terrible idea." As she looks at you, Lord Clintock, says, "This is a terrible idea. I vote this down."
It is your vote to cast.
Master Peabody kind of everyone's kind of like pondering this, and he kind of like gets the edge of his chair and he kind of looks at you, Clintock, and he's kind of like, giving you the, how do you want me to vote? I mean, like, and he does this number.
But it's like discreet. It's kind of like
Yeah.
I attempt to make the subtlest of nods when his thumb is pointed down.
Okay.
What kind of
Yes, Master Peabody, of course. I am here for Syrup, who cannot make it. I will vote this. This is terrible. This is terrible idea. I second that. I vote this down. Did you speak with Cobbsworth? Tell her how to vote?
Yes.
Okay. Nervously, she says, "Yeah, I don't approve. No." Quickly, and then she just kind of looks away. So there's 3-1. Let's see. That would leave Wackalicky, Ignatius, and Smide. You didn't speak with Ignatius, right? I mean, you spoke to them, but not specifically about this.
Yeah.
His wife kind of leans over and starts whispering in his ear. Let's see. How is he going to vote? I've come to the conclusion this is a terrible idea as well. I don't think people in the town need to take up arms. We shouldn't turn this Prigwort into some sort of police state. And his wife just kind of taps his shoulder.
Soon enough, there'll be nothing left to police.
And then Pilston, Smide kind of looks up. He's like, it's 4-1, so obviously it will fail.
Yeah.
He says, he looks at all the brewmasters. He says, "Well, you're all chicken shits anyway. You probably wouldn't go out there and try to stop these Crookhorns. I would vote up if you led the charge. But since none of you will lead the charge, I'm not going to send these poor commoners to die. I'll vote this down."
Wow.
And Hogel's like, considering my circumstance, technically I'm not allowed to vote. And then Lady Harrowmoor is like, "Well, you have been accused, but you have not been convicted of anything. Your vote still counts." I just I request a counsel at this moment. And she's like, "Fine." And he kind of gets up and walks and makes this, like, I think the term is circuitous, walk around the hall and comes up and like saddles up next to you, Lord Clintock. He's like, "How do you want me to vote on this?"
Boy.
Down. It's the
No.
way that you escape.
Shuffles past you and he's like, "I had to clear my head. I will vote this down as well." Yes.
Wow, if it isn't obvious the fix is in.
The Lady Harrowmoor says, "Yes, we will not have a draft. We have voted. We shall vote this down." Lord Clintock, do you have anything else to address? You are our esteemed guest here.
I hope for the city's sake that this vote was the correct one, and that whatever forces the Crookhorns can muster, that the guard can dispatch them quickly and without loss of life. But I worry that it is not enough. And now, for tonight's entertainment, I offer us a entertaining juggler to lighten the mood that may fall upon us. Take it away.
All right. Nervously, Fitzhaugh gets in front and he pulls out he gave away the stuff red. So he takes out that like spike ball, and he's got like a small like little rod with a tassel on it, and he's got some kind of like that I forget what the term is, but he's put like a pitch like stuff on all of them, and he lights them on fire, and they begin to burn, and he grabs a torch and he starts juggling. And
Make a dexterity roll.
okay, I will. First of all, we got to roll.
Place.
First of all, we got to roll to see what his dex is, because
Nice.
that's what I always do. Oh, it's terrible. I rolled a 7. And now
Does he
I'm
put
gonna
the
roll.
place down?
He's very nervous, and he's like, shit's dropping. The spike ball lands on the ground, and crank, and he's like, and then Ignatius and Elvira are laughing. They enjoy it. Then you hear a noise outside. It sounds like a trumpet, maybe
Okay.
going off. And Lady Harrowmoor just kind of like listens for a second. You see Sir Rickon at the door, and he kind of like turns. He's listening, and then it gets quiet again, and he's back to like, doing his thing. And Sir Rickon opens the door and kind of looks outside, comes back in, he closes the door. Let's give him another roll to see how well he does. He still sucks. Yeah, he's terrible. He's dropping shit everywhere. That pitch stuff gets on the floor and it starts to burn, and he's like putting it out, but it really doesn't burn anything.
Sure.
Great. So he's a joke performer. Hopefully they think he's a joke performer there.
5.
I mean, he's
Let's
wearing
see.
the felt hat, or the felt helm. So if that is also a moniker for jesters.
And Hogel is like in there just like watching him, and he's trying to juggle in front of everybody, and he drops the torch right in his lap, and Hogel's like, whoa!
That elicits a big laugh from Wampus.
And Lady Harrowmoor just kind of sighs again.
The soulless, most wanted of the Ape Empire grand plot is to put a inept performer in front of the council. Yep, that's the grand plot there.
So he runs up onto the table like that she was sitting on, and he's like doing the last thing, and he jumps up and does like a forward flip and throws up and like catches all 3 things, and then catches the torch in his mouth. Like miraculously completes like the final act. And everybody's just kind of looking at each other like, what?
I love it.
And there's a few claps. Then you hear a very strange wailing noise outside. It's muted because of the building. You hear it from one end of the building, and then you hear it on the other end of the building. And Sir Rickon is like, he has a kind of a look on his face, and he opens the door, kind of peeks out, and you see him bolt out the door, and his squire follows him.
I run to the door.
The evening's real entertainment has started, it appears.
I yell to all the brewmasters, stay here in case something bad is going on. Barricade the door once we leave, and only at my voice open it again, or of Sir Rickon. And then I say, Pilston, if anything breaches the door, there's a dagger underneath your table. I assume you know how to use it.
And he like walks up and pulls a dagger out. He says, good thinking. Use it on whatever comes to the door. And he looks back at the brewmasters. May have to use it on them too.
Wow.
So this room, does it have any other entrances to this room other than the main door?
There appears to be a side exit in the back.
And I look at Clintock and go, what if this is to get us outside and somebody comes in here and attacks us?
Well, let us take the side exit then. Bar this, assuming there's a way to bar the front.
Yeah. The brewmasters kind of like get up, and you guys start making your way in the back of the hall to go out the side door. And before you can get to the back door, you hear like some hushed noises, and whatever they were using to bar it, they have dropped. You see all the brewmasters start backing away, and if you look back, you can see the dais and the chairs. And walking through the door, all you can see is puffs of black smoke.
Oh boy.
But I have a proposal for the council this evening. Don't run so soon. And Lady Harrowmoor has gotten up, and you see the council just kind of backing away. Oh, take your chairs, take your chairs. I do have a proposal. They're like, who are you? And Pilston refuses, of course, to sit down.
Yeah.
As he is standing there with like the dagger in front of him. He's like, you need to be gone. I don't know who you are.
So Pilston is actually standing up to whoever this is.
Oh yeah, 0 F's given.
I'm going to go back up Pilston's play.
All right, when you walk up there, you see a very familiar face you've met before, the Azure dwarf who has embers in his head and the black smoke is coming up. You met. And he sees you and says, oh, one of my associates, I see.
Yeah,
And Pilston
yes,
kind of
one of
looks
your-
at you and then looks at him. And he's like, you were in on this?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. Knew all about it.
Clintock is going to try and duck for cover, sneak around, hopefully to angle himself for a well-placed shot.
Johntor is finding a nice wall to put his back to.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for like?
Yeah, you can roll. Tell me what you're just shooting with an arrow.
Well, first I'm going to try and like basically hide somewhere. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Would you like hide in shadows, move
Yeah,
silent?
yeah. Hide in shadows be fine.
Well-
Yeah, there's
While
yeah,
he's
there's-
doing that, I tell everybody, I say real loudly and trying to draw all the attention in the room to me. I think everybody should just go ahead and take a seat by Cuthbert's and listen to what the master here has to say.
All right, I'm going to take
Right.
my re-roll for the evening here.
Oh no.
Okay, that's good. All right,
All right.
28.
All right. So you are successfully hidden. What's Wampus doing?
Oh, he is hiding behind. He's hiding behind a one of the throne chairs, or if there's a better place, a place with more cover.
So Jeremiah, you're there, and the rest of the council has taken a seat, except for Pilston.
I've got my sword out. I've leaned the spear up against the wall. I've got my sword out, and I'm sort of waving it around and as I'm giving that little speech and stuff.
Yeah. Pilston looks at you with his one good eye. He's only got one eye, and he looks at you and then looks at the dwarf, and he's like, "You're not going to order us around." And he says, "Look, I have a proposal for the council. Of course, the dear lady here. I just want one person. If you bring me your Lord Clintock, then Prigwort will be saved. It will not face the destruction that will be unleashed on it. But
Whoa.
if you do not, then I will be forced to do other things."
This isn't such an unreasonable demand, is it?
And Ogsbody is like, what about my estate? Is my estate safe if we turn him over?
Johntor's like looking at Jeremiah, looking at the flaming dwarf, and looking at Jeremiah, and looking at the flaming dwarf. And
He is wanted by the Ape Empire. I have just come to collect him. He is a danger to your society and to the Dolmenwood. I would collect the rest of his entourage, but unfortunately they have left Prigwort. So it's rather easy. There's just one to turn in as opposed to the rest of them, which I will track down as well. What say you, council? And you can hear now that there is some kind of fighting going on outside.
Can I use this as an opportunity? One, could I close distance fast enough and get an attack, a melee attack?
I will say yes. We're in
okay.
Theater of the Mind. I will say yes.
All right. Clintock is going to do a dangerous attempt here.
Living on the edge.
Yeah. He's going to attempt to use that magic hatchet of his.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I'm going to try and hit the dwarf from behind with the blunt part, which if it hits, cast hold person.
Ooh.
So we'll see. Does a 21 hit?
I don't have the stats right in front of me, but yeah, 21 hits. He doesn't have a 21 armor.
Yes.
Okay. And I get a save versus spells, I think.
Yeah, I don't have more details on it except for
Okay.
the old person.
Save versus spell.
That's a magic
All
one.
right.
Magic +1 hatchet.
Okay. It is time for second camera. Save versus spells. Here we go. I rolled a 16. So you definitely donk him on top of the head, but he does not seem to be affected as he turns and looks at you. Oh, I don't have to track you down now. Let's roll initiative. Let us begin.
All right.
Right.
I will roll first for initiative. Oh, with a 7.
Okay, I can't beat that. You're up first.
Nice. All right. Well, at that not happening, I will swing for a second time with the blunt edge and hopefully catch him. And maybe he fails. This is my best gambit. So with a 19 that time.
Yeah, that hits him. Club him again. Wow, I rolled a 3. That hits him, and he is affected by the spell.
Oh shit. How long? Sorry, I'm not familiar with Hold Person and OSC at all.
1 turn per level. So what level does it cast at?
See, because there's Dolmenwood Hold Person, and there's probably OSC Hold Person. But the
There
problem
it
is,
is.
Yeah.
problem is they'll probably be
Hold
completely
person.
different.
Whole person in OSE is they're paralyzed opponents. Helpless opponents, such as those magically paralyzed or frozen, can automatically be hit in a melee. Only a roll for damage is required.
Okay. What is the level of the spell?
3.
3. We will
3.
say you're casting it as a 3rd level caster. So is it 3 turns or 3
Hold on.
rounds?
It says 3 turns.
OSC reads turns, but that's what, 10 rounds?
1 turn per level. Yeah. Wow. I mean, that would be like you out of combat.
The person that
Large-
gave it to you, you got it from the church, right?
Correct.
It said human-like monsters of greater than 4 plus hit dice and undead are not affected.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. He definitely failed. He is held. For how long, you don't know.
Got it.
Because a big shocker, he's got more than 4 hit die.
Yeah. I figured as much.
So, but yeah, that was, I completely forgot you had that. That was a good call. All right. So yeah, he is hit by some spell. He looks pretty shocked. Now the rest of y'all up.
Strike quickly.
Oh, so we're definitely striking. We're not going to bind him up and use him as a hostage to negotiate. We're just going to go ahead and kill him. Okay.
Yeah, he's working with Crookhorns.
Jeremiah says, "I told you you should have listened to him," and I turn around and slash him.
All right. So it's an automatic hit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, auto hit. So roll damage.
All right. D8 plus 1. 6 points total.
Yeah, I guess bird in the hand. I'm thinking I could probably do better by stepping outside, and then I could actually use spells that made a difference. But bird in the hand, and if he gets up, we in big trouble. So I will take a swing at him. What is my damage? 4 more damage. Flash!
Pilston charges forward, just it like slashes him across the chest with the dagger.
Good on him. He's a steady sort, isn't he?
So who's next? Is Wampus doing anything?
Wampus pulls out his crossbow,
Okay.
loads a bolt, and
Roll damage.
gonna shoot it.
What? Maybe he's shooting at the council instead. You
Yeah,
never
that's true.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like kind of moves it, and he's like thinking about aiming it towards Ignatius, but
It'd be a great time to reorganize the council a little.
It's a stray arrow.
4 damage. No, 5 damage. It's like he's just like hiding behind like a chair, like has it propped up, and then like immediately tucks back down.
So Fitzhaugh reaches into his bag. No, actually, he picks up his bag and swings it and smacks the dwarf with you hear the various things like jingle and crack in there, and he whacks it.
I love it.
Doing something.
Okay, so Clintock went that round. We go to the next round. He can't do anything. I rolled a 1, so it looks like you guys are going again.
Clintock will step back a few feet and shoot an arrow into him.
All right, roll damage.
All right. Is this considered a backstab because he's paralyzed? I have no idea how this works in OSC.
So technically unaware opponent. So he's not really unaware.
That's fine. Just thought I'd ask.
No, that's a very good question.
Well, I mean, it's unaware because they can't protect themselves, right?
Yeah, kinda. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Rules of written versus interpretation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus, some degree of common sense.
All right. In that case, it is 5 damage.
nice. He's been shot twice, stabbed, whatever. He's been getting whacked on. There we go. Pilston stabs, cuts him again with his dagger.
Yeah. I'm gonna stab him again. Another 4.
Oh, nice.
All right.
He's got this embers burning on his head,
Yep.
and anything else like on his head? Or
No, he just,
fire?
I mean, yeah, it's,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna take my sword after him again for sure.
All right.
I got a 4 this time, so 5 points.
All right. 3 more damage as he gets hit with a sack of random items.
Dude is still standing. We need to be concerned.
This is such a slapstick scene. It is great.
Just like throwing random stuff.
Somebody tie this dude up so if he does
Johntor's gonna turn around, look at. Wait a minute. What is Lady Harrowmoor doing?
She is backed up.
He is backed up. Johntor's gonna turn around, look at the council, roll his eyes, and look at Lady Harrowmoor and saying, "He's working with the Crookhorns. Think what you want about us, but he's definitely evil."
All right.
Mentally pats himself on the head because Ryan would be proud for him trying to rouse the audience while this fight is going on.
Jeremiah might tell them, grab that rope on my spear and tie this dude up while we're trying to kill him. Make yourselves useful. Sit there and watch us.
Has everybody gone?
Wampus is going to loose another arrow at 7 damage.
Nice.
Jeez.
He has a
All right.
speech.
All right.
Does my impassioned plea make any difference to Lady Harrowmoor?
She runs to the door.
Hmm.
I mean, clearly she's not her sister, right? She's not
Yeah.
a combat. She's not a combatant.
Well, I forgot that. She employs all these knights. I forgot maybe she was just a non-com. Damn it.
All right, I will roll to see if the whole person continues. And Baruish looks at you with these bolts and arrows stuck in him, getting clubbed, and he vanishes.
Ugh.
Damn it.
Fights outside.
In this moment, I will reach for the place that he was at, assuming that there's a chance that he is just invisible.
Not that I can do anything about it.
All right, we will go to the next round. Who rolled last time? So technically, I needed somebody to have rolled. Whoever's got your least plus probably should
I
have.
was gonna say, I think it might best be me. Jeremiah's got a dex of 10. Yeah, no bonuses.
Okay, so that will just say he rolled. All right, so I rolled a 5, so it's either Wampus or Johntor.
I've got a plus. Wampus has a +1, surprisingly.
All right, Wampus.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's a 2.
Let me roll this. Wow, you guys are lucky. The back door you hear open.
Damn it.
That side door that you're going for, you hear open and close.
Well, hell.
We gotta go after him, right?
Yeah, rush out the door. Hopefully,
Pilston looks at the rest of the council. He looks at Clintock and looks at the rest of the council. He says, "You see what I mean?" As they kind of sit there like frozen. Now, granted, this happened in like what, 12 seconds? I mean,
Yeah.
not, And Pilston looks at Wackalicky and he says, "You want all the charges to be dropped against you?" He's like, "Yeah, you better get your ass after him." And he gets up and he's like, starts to run for the door.
I love it.
He's making plea deals. Love it.
Fantastic.
All right, so you guys are up.
Somebody barred the damn door, but Jeremiah is running after that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I
Side door.
a chance to shoot him, even if he's got a head start, assuming he becomes visible again.
You running towards the door?
Yep.
Heading out the door?
Yep.
Okay, so you head out the door. Who is first? You gonna let Wackalicky go? I don't care.
Yeah, the Wackalicky was the first to bolt, so
Yeah, he bolts open the door and opens and looks around. It is dark, but there are torches and there's light here.
yeah.
And when you get to the door and look, you see one of the knights who was part of Lady Harrowmoor's entourage is just kind of sitting on like the steps, because there's steps that go down all around this building. He's just kind of sitting with his sword and just kind of looking around.
Yeah,
And you can hear hoof prints like of a horse, and you see a body on the ground, and then come galloping up is this half horse, half man. It's basically a centaur, but it's like sits like 10 feet high,
Oh boy.
and it's got these horrible fangs coming at it with like this dirty, nasty hair, like matted hair, and it's got this axe it's swinging. Wackalicky looks at you and he's like, "That's not him. Like, I don't have to go after him."
No, I will use a chance when I bolt out the door to hold up the magic sensing monocle and see if, because I don't know if he has anything magical on him, but in the event that he does, maybe I can see him even though he's invisible.
Give me a D6 roll.
Yeah, 1.
There is definitely you catch kind of the outline of somebody running to the north, like
Okay.
up the road.
I will attempt to smack the knight on the back of the head and say, "Now is not a time for breaks," and then like try and bolt past him and also past the giant horse creature, hopefully far out of range of that horrible axe.
Yeah, you can at least maneuver around him. As you're running, you see that there's another knight kind of like sitting there, leaning on his sword, kind of like looking around.
Great.
But yeah, you're headed in that direction. You're headed towards him.
Okay.
Who's next?
Wampus will go. He's gonna run after, and he walks through the door, runs through the door, and sees the same scene, and he starts kind of murmuring under his breath, and his eyes become half lidded as he conjures an illusionary monster, which is this centaur horse thing, but it's wearing a bonnet and wielding, instead of an axe, a frying pan, and in an attempt to conjure a disapproving mother.
Okay, I like that.
And it's like gnashing, it's gnashing its teeth, it's yelling and whatever, indiscriminate yells. I don't know. I don't actually think it can make any sounds, but it's like it's definitely imposing, and like it's definitely imposing. So then Wampus is just gonna save versus spells.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. This may require a ruling, a little retconning. Elves have infravision. Does invisibility cover infravision?
Allows them to see in the dark.
Okay.
Characters who
All
have
right.
infravision can also see heat energy that radiates off living things. That's a very good point. Even with your you don't get a heat signature.
Oh, interesting.
But I did before when we met him originally, right? I mean, his damn head's on fire.
Yeah, a little bit, but not a whole lot. Not
What about
for something living. It should give off a bigger signature than you saw. Barely a heat signature.
How about the
Great.
smoke that it leaves behind when he goes behind you?
Oh yeah, very good point. Yes.
Might see a small trail of smoke.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe.
Yep.
Okay.
So Wampus, when you do this, that centaur creature stops and kind of looks over at this illusion and just drops its head.
Disapproving mother.
Oh, sorry, Mom. Okay, well, this round, Johntor is going to bolt out the door. Let's see. One knight got smacked. Go by the other knight that seems to be doing nothing in particular. Smack him upside the head and yell, "You're under attack!" And
Whoa! From who? What's going on? Who are you?
The bandits and crookhorns. Look around.
What's a crookhorn?
Wow. Feeble-minded? What the hell? Follow me then. And you can tell me if, with all the dialogue, if I have a chance to attack or not. Because I'm going to whip out my bow and wing an arrow down that heat trail. Just do a Hail Mary.
Yeah, you can do it. You can always do a Hail Mary.
So, yeah, 19. Hell of a Hail Mary, not a 20, but
all right.
I've got
19 total?
No, it's 22 total.
Okay, all right. Roll damage.
Oh, 2 damage. Arrow is sticking out of him now, so his position is obvious or not. I know, that'd be too much.
You hear, Clintock, you hear an arrow whiz by you. It sounds like it hit something.
Oh.
Let's see. Jeremiah is up, right?
Yeah. How far away is that trail of smoke and the centaur from Jeremiah?
So to see the smoke would be hard. It's at night, so
would be really hard.
Be hard to see. And Clintock, you see, is running, and Wackalicky is running next to him. And Johntor is running past this knight. There are, the two knights out here just look kind of confused. And that creature seems to be getting disapproving looks from its illusionary mother. You can hear fighting. I mean, if you step outside, you can hear clashing and fighting.
I'm gonna follow my friends, follow the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that they know what they're doing.
All right.
Run after them.
Okay. Cool. You run after them.
We're leaving the council completely unguarded here, except by two confused knights.
Also, the one armed council member.
Lady Harrowmoor, where did she go out? She backed up.
She
Oh,
tried to get to the front door let's see. This would be Johntor's roll for initiative, I believe.
All righty.
I got a 2.
6 plus 1.
All right. You're up first.
Well, heck, it worked last time. Flying flock, bastard. You know what? I'm going to spend my hustle point at 20.
Wow. Holy shit.
Nice.
Let's see, can I show you? Really and truly rolled in that 20.
Max damage plus a roll plus D100.
All righty. So 6 plus 4 is 10 plus D100. Oh, 71.
Oh, that's good. Holy shit. Roll a D4.
I hope that's a good holy shit. 2
Roll a D6.
and 3.
I always love when they're like, roll this, then roll this, then roll this. And I have no clue what we're rolling for. Oh, it's a fun surprise.
All right.
Yeah, probably not happy for the enemy though.
All right. So, Clintock, you absolutely hear this invisible creature in front of you in the distance make a noise, and you see what looks like a trail of blood, but the blood looks cold, almost looks like there's ice crystals in it.
Oh, crazy. Given that, I'm going to dip into my stash of silver tipped arrows.
Okay.
Fire a shot at what now I believe to be not normal. Well, not that the fiery hair wasn't a giveaway, but does a 16 possibly hit if I'm like aiming for where the blood trail is coming from?
You shoot, it just goes past him and sticks into a wall.
Okay.
Where you think he is. Wampus or Jeremiah?
Do I see where that arrow goes?
You have sort of a rough idea where I would say with that critical hit, where he might be.
I mean, I can always go over there swinging wildly and trying to hit something that's invisible, which beats the hell out of doing nothing at all, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, I'll go over there and swing. I'll go in that general area and start slinging and slashing around like an idiot. And I rolled a 2.
All right. So Jeremiah comes up and starts swinging near you with his sword. Wampus.
Watch where you're swinging that thing.
Wampus is gonna move the illusion so that it raises the frying pan high, and like it takes steps towards the centaur, and it's not going to swing, but it's going to try to intimidate it to move it back or out the door so that it leaves the hallway.
All right.
Oh, fucking hilarious. When in doubt.
Scream and shout. Run in circles, scream and shout.
Yeah.
All right. That's everybody. So you hear this, what you would assume is Baruish, yell something in a strange language. Any of you speak Sylvan?
Oh, elves have Elvish. Surprise.
And you're running after. You've got an idea where he is, and you see a door open to like somebody's house. Like he goes right through the door into the house.
Like a house that was already there previously, or
you're running down a street. You're going north, running down the street.
Sure.
And he turns off the road and goes into a house or a building.
Yeah.
Did somebody open the door for
No,
him?
he bolted through the door, as in,
Slam through it.
And you hear a crashing noise and what sounds like fire.
Oh.
And then you hear a noise from behind you, and you hear hooves. So Wampus, you would see one of those centaur-like creatures run past you. Like the other one is kind of occupied, but there's another one that just starts hauling ass, running
Out the door that that everybody's going through?
No, I mean, you're out in the street,
Oh, okay.
right? You're right next to the building, the town hall. Everybody has run to the north, and you're right out the town hall with the whole centaur interaction. You see another centaur go running up the street. And as you're doing that, you hear some voices. Well, you wouldn't have met them, but there's kind of like human voices, and they're just beating the crap out of like one of these guards. They're just like hitting them with clubs, and they stop and they go like, "Where the hell's he going? Shut up!" And they just start, wailing on whoever it is. All right, so it is initiative. Everybody's gone, so you can just pick who you want to go. I rolled a 3.
I'll just go again. Also a 3.
All right, you're up first.
Chase into the house.
You run into the house, and it looks like a lantern got knocked over and caught a table on fire. And you see a woman there. She's kind of like in complete shock. And you hear footsteps like going upstairs.
I say, get some water, and
That looks like a problem.
And you still see, you can follow this. You see the drops of blood on the steps, and they look there's like icicles in them.
yeah.
If you want to like take a shot at him, I would say you could do that.
Oh yeah. I will attempt to do that. The 17.
I will say, yeah, that is a hit.
Oh, sweet. For 6 damage.
All right.
And if it matters, I burned another silver arrow.
Okay. Very good.
Don't have many, but feels like the right time to use them.
Yep. All right.
I'm hot on Clintock's heels because he's the only one I know to follow.
All right.
Do I see what he's shooting at? Can I reach it and swing wildly, or am I just doomed to follow him? Can we corner this dude?
So he's going up the stairs, and Clintock shot. You got that spear still, don't you?
I do.
Chuck it.
I could try chucking the spear at him.
Okay.
It's got a rope on it.
Nice. See if we can get it to stick.
It's the spear with the rope that Corn had when we were going through the ice area.
Yeah.
I actually rolled a 19 that time. Plus nothing because I'm throwing it.
That is a hit.
Well, I get a D6. I did 4 points of damage, but the real question is does it stick in there?
Yeah, it's sticking in the air.
And I'm just gonna hold on to the other end of the rope and start like trying to wind it up and take up any slack.
All right. Yeah, so the rope is taut.
Okay. Well, I will follow hot on the heels. And thing is, those two are right there. I probably can't get around them, but
I'm wrangling them, and the rope probably ends somewhere, and you don't see the spear because it's invisible or something. Or does the whole rope go invisible because it's attached?
No, the whole rope doesn't. No.
Okay.
Total of 16.
Just misses.
Damn it!
All right. Wampus.
Wampus is going to have the illusory mother run up to the people that are attacking the guard
Okay.
and like hit one of them with the frying pan. Oh boy, that's a nat 1. So it's a miss.
All right. Roll a D100.
Never a happy moment.
63. He has to save or spell.
The attacker. I mean, the person you're attacking.
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, they have to save or spell because that's how illusory attacks work. And it never inflicts any real damage. A character who appears to die actually falls unconscious.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
And that effects last 1d4 turns.
That's pretty fun mechanism. Somebody has a crappy save versus spells, it might be more effective to fight them with an illusionary duplicate than by your actual self.
All right.
Right.
Now I want you to roll a D6.
All right, so 5.
Oh boy. All right. Now, so you would roll damage if you hit.
Yeah, it rolled damage. It doesn't actually.
Right. It just knocks them out. They freak out, and yeah.
Yeah, like if the damage would go bring them down to 0.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you need to roll damage. So the centaur thing runs up there with the frying pan, goes to swing at the first bandit, and you can see the first bandit's kind of looking at it like, this isn't real. But the swing is so wild that it actually strikes the person they were beating up and clubs them, and they collapse unconscious onto the ground. And the other two go, Well, why didn't you do that sooner?
I love it.
So they were unconscious for 3 turns.
So the critical miss was you miss your target, re-roll for a new target in the area, and there was those 3. And
That is so bizarre interpreting an illusory attack like that. But I mean, it makes sense overall.
Yeah, it's like guessing like the shock. The shock.
yeah, the shock. It's kind of like almost psychic damage.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that roll sucks. I'm guessing a 9 does not hit Jeremiah,
Probably not.
as there is a blast of what looks like ice and some sort of like frozen mist goes right past you and hits the wall and freezes it. So there's a small localized fire in this house as the woman has run outside. She screams, and you hear hoof prints coming through the door.
Oh god.
As you see this bestial centaur wielding an axe. And
Right.
let's see. We got 3 targets.
Doesn't end well for anyone.
I hate to say it, but I'm deliberately at the back because those 2 were up front. I mean, not that I want to get attacked, but I mean, just unless he offs the civilian first, I would be the first to get to.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Jeremiah is most definitely not trying to avoid attacks.
All right, I will roll randomly. We will see who he attacks. 4. He goes after Johntor. So he skips her, goes right after you. He will swing his axe. He can't do that because he's already done it. Thank God for you guys. Oh boy. 14 to hit.
AC 18.
Wham! And as you're up close to him, he's got like flaming yellow eyes, and he is, other than the hair, like this matted, nasty hair, he is hairless and has indigo skin.
Oh.
The hell?
The other one who was ashamed as his mother leaves, realizes, oh, wait, what am I supposed to be doing? And begins to take off.
Wait a minute. I don't have a mother.
That is the situation.
I could roll.
2. Oh boy, that sucked.
I rolled 2 as well.
All right, you're up.
Well,
What initiative?
we get to figure out the hit dice really quick because Johntor is going to try to sleep the centaur in front of him. And a single creature with 4+1 hit dice. So if he has more than 4+1 hit dice, we'll find out right now.
He blinks a couple times and spits some nasty, frothing foam at you.
Gross.
Damn, they're tough. That's me.
Who's next?
I can go. Got the rope taut now.
Yeah.
This guy remind me in size. What's our size difference? How drastic is it? Or is it very similar or whatever?
I mean, he's short, but he's pretty stout.
Okay. I am still going to, now that I've got the rope taut, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the rope up to the end of the spear and just try ramming him forward, like guiding him with the spear.
Okay, yeah.
And trying to pin that spear into the wall or something. I'm going to try to stick this sucker to the wall, whatever wall is handy.
Okay, roll. Give me an attack roll.
All right, let's see how this works out. Well, I got 5.
You do have a hustle point.
Yeah, I'm going to use the hustle point.
Whoa, there we go.
Let's do it.
Uh,
I don't want to talk about it. I got a 10.
Yeah, you just go, you reach, go to pull the spear and realize, yeah, he's kind of prepared. He was prepared for that.
So I imagine I'm still like right up on top of him now because I was rushing.
Yep.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be good. I shout out, I'm right on him, guys. Fairly oblivious to anything else that's going on right now.
sounds about right. Lintok is going to attempt to shoot another arrow at
Yep.
another 17. Or 7 damage.
You can describe how he dies.
Well, nobody can see him. But Jeremiah was like up close and on top of him.
Yep.
He just feels the body go limp in his arms. I don't know if that causes it to him to stumble backwards at all or anything like that, but clearly lifeless.
Yep. He appears on the ground riddled with arrows and cuts, and you see his eye, the flames, the embers slowly flicker and just die, and like a few puffs of smoke, and his body instantly, you can see it. Well, Jeremiah's right there. You can feel the cold coming off of it as it's getting really cold, really fast.
Oh.
And he kind of said, you can hear him mumble a couple words, and then he's just like lifeless and literally frozen stiff.
What the hell?
So my criminal background is kicking in for a moment as I'm assessing what he has on him. Because I've already taken an action, but I'm sort of looking at what he's got on him that I could try to loot because I have a criminal background. Old habits die hard.
Yeah, he's got a pouch. I mean, he's got like, it doesn't look like he carries a weapon.
Okay. I'm probably going to be trying to grab that pouch then.
All right.
He doesn't have any symbols of authority or anything like that on him, does he?
No.
Yeah, other than his general appearance.
You hear little trouble down here?
Yeah, when I do kill him and realize that he's dead, I turn around and face the centaur creature and say, would you like the light gone from your eyes as well?
Get some incomprehensive mumblings.
Nice.
All right. Wampus, all right.
Yeah, Wampus is he's gonna run away up towards the house where everybody else is at.
Okay, so you start running that way. Gotcha.
Yeah, and he runs that way, but he's gonna have the centaur try to attack one of the bandits again with the frying pan.
Okay.
Oh, we'll do it's a 16.
16 would be a hit. I need to roll to see if they believe it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
You try to hit the same one. Stands there and the pan goes right through him. He's like, what are you two doing? Stop. And like points at someone else, like over there.
He'll take the win for now. Or take that for now. That's Wampus's turn.
Okay. All right. Centaur will go after Johntor with a nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
21 just embarrassed himself and other centaurs, but none of the other centaurs are there. The other centaur is running up, and I'll give them the same roll to see who they go after. Oh, it's Johntor.
good job.
So this other centaur comes in. That is a 22 to hit.
Ooh.
I mean, it hits, and I've used my hustle point.
11 damage.
Okay.
A lot of damage.
That was a whole lot.
So, and as you can see, this one, it's got like white, fluffy patches of fur on it, where the other one is got hairless indigo skin. All right, so there's two.
What is it with these freaks?
Well, they're on the monster thing. They have a roll, a D6 roll, which gives it a trait. So it's a good way to think, kind of make them a little bit unique.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's two centaurs down here. There's a little bit of a fire here in this house. It avoided the civilian both times. Let's see. I think is that everybody?
I think so.
Yeah, that's everybody. So we roll initiative again. We're at number 7, and Clintock, Wampus have done. So it's either Jeremiah or John.
We both got.
I rolled a 4.
I don't have
What do
any
you-
bonuses. Do you want to
Okay.
go? Or you want me to go?
I'll do it this time. Roll 5.
All right, you're up first.
Clintock is going to try and, since he wonders whether they can really fight these guys, he instead just attempts to make their lives a lot less fun by throwing a flask of oil down at their feet and setting it on fire.
I like this.
Okay.
So the poorhouse wasn't already on fire enough.
Yeah,
You
it definitely
had
is.
to add
now.
to it.
Okay, that's easy enough to do. It starts to burn, and they move back from the fire.
Nice.
And now we're trapped on the stairs above the fire.
All right, we can get out.
If they're moving back, I'm going to, me with my big gash down the front, is going to get behind Clintock and Jeremiah, and
Okay.
So Johntor found his meat shield.
Here so.
yeah, he remembers Orion's lessons about, get behind the paladin, not in front of him.
Good advice. Always good advice. This is going to seem strange, but I'm going to look through the pouch and see if there's anything useful for fighting centaurs.
There's some gems in there and some gold pieces.
So this is his money pouch.
It's money, and he's got some it looks like he's got some weird looking coins that look, they almost look like fungus. Jeremiah's never seen these, but other players may recognize these coins.
Jeremiah does not, and he takes the pouch and shoves it in his pack or runs it through his belt. Extremely disappointed that there's not a potion or a flask or something.
All right.
That's probably all.
But
I
yeah,
got.
when you pull it off him and he's like frozen stiff, like to get anything off of, you'd have to like hack at it with like a pickaxe.
Oh,
But you can get that, you grab that quick enough.
okay, yeah. I guess that'll be my action.
It was a coin. It was a coin with a mushroom on it.
No, it's in the shape of a coin, that has like an impression on it, but it's not made of any kind of metal.
Okay, weird.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys got any clue? Obviously, player to player, not in game. I don't recognize that description.
Yeah, I don't recognize it.
Unless it was something from that we found when we found that globe.
I was thinking it had to do something with back when we met one of the first adventures that I was in. We were in like some underground area and there was like glowing moss and stuff. That's the only thing that I could.
Now, granted, I could be describing it incorrectly, but we won't worry about it right this second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably wasn't looking at it that closely. Like I would have opened up the pouch and like, shake it up a little. Like I was literally looking for potions. I was hoping this guy had some kind of potion or something in there. Being as high a level as he, like you come to take over a city, you bring everything that you got, right?
Yeah.
Let's see who hasn't gone. I think Wampus is up, right? Or
Yeah,
Clintock?
he has.
No, Clintock
Wampus has
added to the fire. Yeah, Wampus.
Yeah, Wampus is just gonna take cover. He's not gonna attract any attention. So if there's like a spot that he can kind of hide in, that would be where he would go.
Yeah, you get up to the house as you're running along the street, and a woman is out there, and she's like trying to grab like a bucket of water, and then she stops at the doorway, and she's like, "Uh-oh," as the fire seems to have increased. And her bucket of water is probably not going to do anything.
Your house is gone. Get out while you can. And
But my baby's in there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, how fun.
is it like how badly is it on fire?
Like you take like 2 steps into the entryway, and you can see that there's a bunch of flames, and 2 centaurs are backing away, and they're like right at the doorway.
Did she say baby?
What does your baby look like? Small, cries a lot?
It's like this tall. He's like this tall with a foul mouth.
What?
Look, lady, you're on your own. Wampus just goes. He runs.
So are you just run past her?
Yeah.
What's your armor class?
10.
Oh wow, I did roll a 10. You get hit with a bucket of water. She just throws the water at you.
How much damage does it do?
Nothing. You're just hit with a bucket of water. She just goes, "Take that if you're gonna run."
You could have used that water on the fire.
Wow.
I was half expecting like that was how Wampus is gonna die. Like, because he's still level 1, he's only got 3 hit points. It wouldn't
Lucky
take
she
much.
didn't throw the actual bucket.
That could have been it.
Death by bucket.
Is that everybody?
I think so. No.
I think so.
All right, so the centaurs, there's some fire between them and the person they're attacking. They kind of turn and charge back out, and they leave.
Woo.
Wampus is running away, but she is right there. I'm gonna roll a d6. If I roll a 6, they spot Wampus and go and attack him. So let's see.
Cross your fingers for Wampus. Yes.
They stop. As she's standing there and throws a bucket of water, these 2 centaurs come rolling out. I'm just gonna roll. Shouldn't have. Yeah. And they one takes one swipe, one arm, the other one just plunges it into her back, and she just drops dead. And the one grabs the arm, and they start fighting over it to see who's going to eat it.
Oh boy.
The hell?
That was the woman who said she had the baby inside, right?
Yep, that's my initiative, and Wampus is rolling 4.
Reeds, you're first.
All right, so they're content to just chow on this fresh kill. You guys in the house, the room suddenly feels very, very cold. And there's a lantern that is upstairs. It kind of flickers almost. And it gets very cold in this room, almost to the point of like you could see your breath. And the fire begins to die down in the below you. And for the two of you who are up there looking at this body,
Yep.
that's frozen solid, down the hallway, you see an image, almost a ghostly image appear, wearing like a helmet and some armor and like a skeleton like face. And is that a paw? What is like a sash? It seems to be blowing in a non-existent breeze, standing at the end of the hallway.
Does it resemble our dead dwarven friend at all?
No.
Are there any doors down this hallway?
Yeah, you can turn to the left. Yeah, you're kind of in the middle. You go to the left and go the other way. Yeah.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. She said there was a baby in the house.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a couple ahead of you. There are two doors, and behind you there are two doors.
this may be a stupid question. Is there anything on the outside of the doors that might identify them as to what they are? Like, are they open? Are they closed? Can I see if there's baby furniture?
I give you a listen check. You can roll a d6.
Let me try the one that gave me a 1 the last time.
Mhm.
I can't see it. You got hung up in the tower. Trying to get this down here without. It's not a 1. It's a 2 though.
You can hear some chattering. The one ahead of you to the left, you can hear there's like some kind of talking. There's like something's talking behind there.
Without thinking, I go bursting through that door.
You run up, you run straight for this spectral figure, does not move, and then you break easily, bust through this door. There is a bed in this room, and it is dark. Well, I did say there was a light, so there'd be probably a light in the hallway. There's a little bit of light in here, and all you hear is, it's 3 gold, now get the fuck out. And then you look up, and in a cage, you see what looks like a bird. It's 3 gold, now get the fuck out.
Baby.
I go ahead. I mean, I'm here in for a penny, in for a pound. I grab the cage and can I carry the cage? Is it small?
Yeah, you could take it off the hook and carry it. Yeah,
Yeah. How big is the bird that's in it?
not big. I mean, it's
not like parrot size. It's like budgie size, or
like the size of a crow.
okay. Yeah, I take the cage and I get out, and I get the fuck out.
All right. Yeah, you can grab the cage, and next turn you can get out.
Okay, guys, I just got a pet.
All right.
Flintock is going to attempt to drag the frozen. Did you say the body is frozen to the ground?
No, it's just frozen.
Clintock will grab the body and attempt to throw it down the hall and say, I think this is what you're looking for, and then run up the steps.
Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Okay. I think that may actually be below my strength. It is 6 under 13.
Yeah, so this frozen dwarf slides really well.
All right.
And you slide it towards him,
Dwarf bowling.
and it kind of stops, and that spectral figure looks, well, yeah, he's just standing straight. He kind of gets to one knee, and you see him put his hand on the frozen dwarf. He looks at you with and kind of nods, and they both vanish.
All right.
Freaky.
Wampus is still running. There's another house that is open. We'll run into that house.
All right.
I'm double checking the other rooms, making sure there's no baby.
There's no other living things
Okay.
or stuffed animals with teeth.
Yeah,
This
and
is it.
Yeah. And that's my other thought was, is there anybody asleep in here that needs to be woke up before the house burns down? And then we probably have to do something about the centaurs outside, right?
Hopefully they go away thinking that we're done for and we can sneak out. That's at least what Clintock is hoping.
Yeah, so the fire has essentially gone out. It's kind of just there's a black charred mark on the floor.
Yeah.
And you see Jeremiah carrying a bird in a bird cage. It's got various colors and
All right.
My baby, right? Oh boy, pet owners and their pets.
Little did you know, she left the will to her house, which is now burned up to that bird.
No, the bird's name is Baby.
yeah, Wampus, you run into somebody's house, just as they're trying to close the door. And they close the door and they look at you.
Like, just looking for a place to. I'm just looking for a place to hunker down. Wampus Slee, at your service.
Yes, an older man. He's just like, he bars the door. It's dangerous out there. I've heard screams, and I think there are things flying in the air. I think Prigwort's under attack. I didn't know Crookhorns could fly.
Well, sir, there are centaurs, crookhorns, and all sorts of manner of creatures. What do you say we get some hot chocolate and wait it out?
I think that's an excellent idea. Some hot chocolate. Do you like marshmallows? I may have some.
That would be lovely.
Well, he goes
boy.
starts heating up some hot water.
All of it.
So you guys exit the house, I'm assuming. When you come out there is the remains of the woman.
Oh,
The centaurs are gone, and you can hear people yelling. You can hear fighting.
Hate to say it, head towards the fighting
Yeah.
and say, "Come on, Jeremiah, work's not done yet. Damn it."
We can't let the city get overrun because we decided to clock out.
I will attempt to be stealthing closer, but yes.
When we start to get close to the fighting, I'm going to keep an eye out for somewhere I can put the bird, leave it safe.
The bird's like, "Hey, we making a house call?"
Oh, this is going to be great.
How many phrases does this bird know? I suppose we'll find out the hard way.
Yep.
Then it's got a foul mouth, which will be great for the paladin to carry around.
Well, yeah, the hint there is it's a whorehouse mouth too.
Yes, but Cuthbert will
Oh,
show me
boy.
the way to lead it to the light.
Its leg ain't the only thing that's lame.
Oh God, Karn's going to preach it to death. I can see this now. He's going to try to teach it the 787 Psalms of Cuthbert. He might succeed. That's right. Cuthbert's an animal study.
Maybe. Or he could teach the Psalms of Cuthbert, but he manages to mess one up, mess them up every time. Like,
Yeah.
All right. So Clintock is being stealthful. Jeremiah is not being too stealthful because he has a bird that seems to be yapping. And Johntor, you're headed to the fighting is definitely coming from the town hall. And when you get close to the town hall, you can see that there is a knight fighting and instantly realize it's Sir Rickon. And he is surrounded by 3 Crookhorns who he's trying to fend off and something flying in the air that keeps dive bombing him.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was I able to get my spear out?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave the
well,
first
yeah.
one.
I'm going to stick with bow for now. Thank you. However, I've got 3 more spell slots, plus a 4th since I have the dentures. If there's a water trough around, I might be able to use that. So, first thing I'm going to try to do is bleep whatever is dive bombing him. Same answer. If it's above 4+1 hit dice, it's going to ping. Otherwise, it gets to make a saving throw.
So it's cackling. You can hear it cackling, and it cackled. And it just dive bombs and falls onto the ground.
Okay. Well, if anybody else doesn't kill it, my next turn's going to be walking over and, killing it.
Whenever I can, I'm going to charge.
Yeah, I'll let you guys get, because they're distracted. So you can get a straight up attack this round.
Clintock will try and shoot at one of the Crookhorns with am I able to get a backstab here?
Yeah, they are very much unaware that you're coming. Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
10 damage.
Okay, roll a d6.
5.
You shoot one, looks like right through the head. It's still alive, but it doesn't look very good. Wampus having hot chocolate. So
Yep.
it's up to Jeremiah.
I'm charging in. Is it at least 20 feet before I get there?
Does that matter for some kind of special attack or something?
Charging into. Oh no, that's optional if you allow it. Charging into melee +2 bonus to attack this round and -1 to AC. But you have to have at least a 20-foot run up. But I forgot it's an optional rule.
I don't know. I mean, that seems, well, we can do that. Just got to remind me. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not, but it is optional. It's not raw.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's charging in. It's like that reckless attack. I'm going after an undamaged one, hoping I can take it out, and I probably won't.
Okay. Yep,
And I got a 15 plus 2 plus 1 for strength. So
that's a hit. Yep.
All right, and that's a D8. I got 7 damage plus 1 for strength. 8.
7. Roll a d6.
A 2. That thing likes 1s and 2s. Gotta remember that.
You tell me how you kill him.
Oh, nice.
It's a crookhorn, so isn't it kind of bushy?
Yeah, it's the 7-foot tall, feral, disease-ridden Briggle, which is basically a goat man.
Oh, I'm thinking of those other things that we were fighting. Okay. Yeah, I go charging up behind it, and I shout as I get close so it's facing me because I don't want to attack him in the back because I'm a paladin. And then I just just swing straight down and cleave it, split his head in half, yank the sword out and turn around and look at the next one, at the other two and go, who's next?
Nice.
Sir Rickon, inspired by this, hacks at the one that Clintock hit. It is still up, barely. It is their attack. So one Crookhorn will attack, right? Yeah, it will attempt to bite you, Jeremiah.
Uh-oh.
The good old bite. And nat 1, this is the second nat 1 for this evening.
The luck of Jeremiah.
92, yeah, he definitely he goes to bite you. Do you have a shield?
I do.
He goes to bite you, he bites the shield, and you can hear a smashing, and he bites down and breaks all his teeth, and they fall onto the ground. It says lose weapon, and that's his weapon, so that's what he lost.
Oh,
Just the slow motion, like the teeth just like cracking and then falling.
The other one will attack Sir Rickon.
Maybe I see the bite coming and I help by shoving my shield into the way.
He tries to ram Sir Rickon with his horns, and Sir Rickon puts up his shield and blocks it. You can see his shield has been scraped and got ding marks all in it. That is it. We're back to a brand new initiative round, and I rolled a 6.
okay. Who's done it and who hasn't?
It's restarted. So
I can try for this one.
Okay.
Sadly, only a 4.
Crookhorns, one will attack Jeremiah. Well, it can't bite it, so it tries to hit you with its horns, and that's going to be a 14 to hit.
No other bite. Yeah, there you go.
That's a fail. That might be a hit. It's Sir Rickon. Yeah. Sir Rickon is hit. He's trying to block it. And when you can see what he's really doing is trying to he's standing over his squire, trying to protect him. And and he gets nailed by this Crookhorn who hits him with the horn. You guys are up.
So Rickon's still up?
Yeah, he's still up.
Okay.
My turn's going to be, like I said previously, stab the flying thing, whatever the hell it is. Find throat, stab throat.
Yeah, you can auto kill it. It's asleep. You realize it is like the scraw. It's got legs and a tail and wings of a chicken, and it's got a visage. It looks like an old woman, and on its chest looks like a visage of a face.
Ooh, freaky.
And you dispatch it.
You could have said, teach me a spell or die.
Clintock is gonna try and shoot the one that just hit Sir Rickon.
Okay.
17 hit.
Yep.
For 7 damage.
You tell me how that one does.
Catches it in its goat haunch and it just topples over.
Okay.
It's like running forward and just eats it.
Last one left.
Yeah, there's one left.
Jeremiah's the only one left to go, right?
Yep.
Stick it with the pointy end. Try to at least. That is a 9 plus 1 at 10.
That is not a hit.
Thought for sure that would do it.
You guys, so it's initiative time. Hot chocolate. He's got it cooked up for you. Some marshmallows.
Seems like things are getting. Seems like the cries are dying out down there or out there.
I can barely hear it over the crackling fire.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, you're up.
Arrow to the remaining Crookhorn. There's just one remaining, right?
Yep.
14 total.
That's a hit.
Oh, I peeked it. It bounced off a horn. 1 point of damage.
All right. Who's next?
I can try again. To get with the pointy end. 15 plus 1. 16.
Yeah.
Try a different D8 this time. I got a 3 plus 1, 4.
4 damage.
Yeah, so.
Okay. Still up. It's gonna be up to Clintock.
All right. Does an 18 hit.
Yep.
Cool. For another 7 damage.
And you can tell me how that one dies.
This time, an arrow goes right through one of its eyes, gets stuck in the shrine going out the back of the skull.
All right.
Crunchy.
And the Crookhorns are dead.
Okay.
Sir Rickon looks relieved.
Are we hearing fighting from anywhere else?
There is fighting. You can hear yells and screams throughout the city. I mean, it's not like, crazy. But you do hear something. It sounds like it's coming from inside the town hall.
We just vacated that place. All right, go back towards the town hall.
Just go back to check on the council.
Sir Rickon was over his squire. Is the squire gone or just wounded?
He has assumed room temperature.
He has assumed room temperature. Can't help him. Follow my friends. Hope Sir Rickon follows us. How badly is Sir Rickon hurt?
He's got some scratches, but he looks like he's in halfway decent shape.
Okay.
The other knights are kind of standing, looking around. He runs over to that back door and it's like
Even
pushing
one
against it.
Slap silly.
Yeah, they just confused. They're not sure what's going on.
Damn it! Somebody really did a number on these guys.
Yeah, and Sir Rickon pushes the door, like he pushes against it, and you can see the door like was barred with a scrap like desk or something. He pushes against it, and in the room, let's make a roll. Let's see, roll 2, 6. So up on like one of the wooden thrones is Daphne Hediger of House Halfwitten, and you can see Ignatius and Elvira have like barricaded themselves behind. They were able to, it looks like they moved like a section of chairs or whatever, a table, and roaming in here are 2 they look like 10 feet tall, misshapen humanoids carrying giant clubs, going, no, that one's mine. No, I want that one. I smell more of them. No, that one's mine.
Sounds like an initiative to me. Unless Clintock manages to talk his way out of it, which I wouldn't be horribly surprised, but
That's what Clintock's going to try.
All right, let's roll initiative. Let's roll initiative first.
Sure.
I rolled a 5.
Are we starting back up initiative, or should I consider?
You know what? I'll say that. Yeah, we'll restart everything.
Okay. 7.
All right, you're up first. This is what you see.
I say, you fools. Do I have any vague idea of what the dwarf guy's name was?
The dwarf guy, Baruish.
Baruish said, "Don't waste your time here." Clintock is gone out of Prigworts. He's hiding out at where was the place that we came from? The church.
Fort Vulgar. Oh, the church.
Yeah.
St. Waylane. No, you talking the church in town?
No, not in town.
The Abbey?
The ruined abbey.
Yeah, the ruined abbey.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The ruined abbey of St. Clued.
Yes.
Okay.
He said that he ran off like a coward to St. Cluid's. It's not going to find much protection there, I'll tell you what. But you guys should get there right away. Stop fussing with these. There'll be more than enough humans there. You can have your pick of the litter.
Give me 2d6 roll.
Yep. And my charisma modifier, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
10.
Hey, Christmas.
He's gone. Captain Snarkscorn said not to trust him anyway. He's an outsider. We can pick up some bodies on the way. Let's go. And then the one kind of looks at Daphne standing standing on the throne. It's like, oh, I think that one splash might be a little tough for me anyway. Go.
I'd be
And
a
they
little
start-
tough for me anyway.
And they start marching out, waddling, pushing through the front door.
All right. Yeah. How does everyone react now that
She's relieved. She gets down. She's like, Lord Clintock, thank you. And then you hear a knock on the floor, like underneath you. Is it safe? Safe to come out?
I think so.
And a door opens from underneath in the back, and Hogel is sticking his head out. Is it safe?
It's safe. Where's
That's right.
everyone else?
That's right. He ran with you. So somehow he ended up back here.
Yeah.
The way of the coward.
And he
Nice.
crawls out. He does Wilfrina, Ogsbody, Master Peabody, but there's no sign of Smide, Humble Buff, the old man.
Yeah. And Lady Harrowmoor? Where is she at?
No sign of her. No sign of her either.
Okay.
Well, no sign. Well, I'll ask. Where are Lady Harrowmoor and damn it, forgot the name. The farmer guy.
Yeah, they went charging out the front.
Oh.
Crap.
Sir Rickon. Where did you get? Did you see him?
I know Lady Harrowmoor headed towards her sister.
All right, well, let's head that way.
Yeah, gotta hunt them down.
So going out there, you see that the town guards, the local town guards, are dead.
Oh.
Just lying on the ground. The knights are still kind of standing around, confused. And making your way through town, you see the occasional body of somebody from
really
Prigwort.
did a number on those guys. I don't know what the hell that is, but yeah, somebody really did a number on those guys.
Making your way, and you come up to the gate, the eastern gate, the Abbey Gate, and you can see that it has fallen in, and there are a bunch of Crookhorns dead underneath the rubble.
Oh, nice.
There's a Crookhorns and one of those flying creatures, and there's the big bad guys, ogres, are dead too. So they were caught in some kind of trap, you would guess, some kind of collapse.
Okay, well, Johntor looks at Clintock and goes, "Man, you are a schemer. Good scheme, that one."
It helped, but I feel like this was not what I had planned.
Yeah, well, we didn't have time to arm the town, so
Yeah.
it went bad, and then we could work with it.
Hopefully there's still money in it.
Hey, we should be the heroes of the town, right?
Maybe? Question mark?
We just saved Lady Harrowmoor. Jeremiah
Oh,
showing those plans to the other Harrowmoor.
She may still be dead. We need to check that out really badly.
Yeah,
We tried to save Lady Harrowmoor.
yeah,
Okay, keep going. Try to find Lady Harrowmoor.
yeah.
We may find her sister and find out if she knows.
Yeah, either way, probably a good idea.
So when you come up to like the encampment, so you climb it over the rubble just outside of Prigwort, and you come upon, you see a couple bodies, what looks like the Order of Saint Sedge, like a cleric just laying there, and you can see a dozen Crookhorns like ahead of you, like have taken up positions to attack. They're attacking this fortification.
Can we take on a dozen Crookhorns?
Johntor goes, "Spell time." And the spell has a hell of a range. Let me look it up. Okay, range 240. I will target the back of the pack and hit them with sleep. 8 + 2, 10 hit dice worth of creatures, starting with the weakest, get to make saves or fall asleep.
And they're attacking a fortification, so hopefully the people in the fortification will help too.
You see 5 of them poof collapse.
Okay, well, if we're still running up, I'm gonna fling another spell if I have a chance before we get there.
Clintock will try and shoot one of them before they realize he's there.
Okay.
One of the up guys or one of the down guys?
One of the up guys.
Okay.
Like that's the 16.
It's definitely a hit.
All right. For 12 damage.
He is dead.
Just goes in the throat and out the throat. Gone through too many arrows this evening.
This hot chocolate has been delicious, but I think it's time to go.
In other words, there's no more fighting sounds outside. No more screaming, no more running away.
Yes, and Wampus will take his leave and start looking for the group.
Okay, you step out of Horatio's little house here as he is sad to see you go. Maybe you'll return and you can talk the finer points of the agrarian economy of Prigwort at some other time. Gives you a to-go cup of hot chocolate for your trip. And as you're walking out, you hear some grumbling. You hear 2 people talking, and coming down the road looks to be 2 very large creatures carrying clubs with misshapen faces and big bellies, and they're just like, "Are you sure he's this way? Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah,
I need a snack. I'm hungry."
Yeah, Wampus immediately kind of slinks into an alley or off to the side. That was close.
Yeah, you sneak to the side, and they're sniffing, and
Do I smell hot chocolate?
all around Prigwort, you hear what sounds like howling wolves, all in unison.
Uh-oh.
It sort of echoes in the night. Let's see, Jeremiah, you're up.
They're all making ranged attacks right now.
Yep.
In spell casting. And paladins aren't usually big on ranged attacks, but he's already made one that was successful. So he's gonna chuck his spear at one of the guys that's up
Okay,
and see how he does. Oh, is that a 15 or a 16? That's a 16.
that's a hit.
It's a D6 for a spear. I need a Yahtzee die. 4 points a day.
Okay.
Let's remember that other ones keep rolling 1 and 2.
All right, 5 are asleep, 1 is dead, so 6 are left. As they have been alerted, they've been attacked, and they will attack. So there'll be 2 attacks on each one, right? There's 6, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got these crude looking weapons that looks like a club with like nails or something driven in them, and they come running up. Let's not roll this dice because this die has been rolling like 1s all night.
Please roll that die.
Jeremiah's first.
Oh, God.
The highest roll is an 11. 'Cause
Knock
that's a 3. So 2 of them miss Jeremiah. Johntor, look at a 3 and a 5. Rolls are terrible. Flintock. Wes is thinking, the dice. I don't like these rolls.
Yeah. Odds are against me here.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no!
But I rolled a 1, so it would be 7 damage.
All right. I can tolerate so.
7 damage. I roll percentage.
Yeah, that's the one I'm worried about.
19. It's nothing. And give me a save versus what did we do before?
We do poison / death.
Yeah, it would be that one. Yeah.
I saved.
Okay, very good. You needed to. All right, that is all their attacks. The howling. So all of a sudden, these Crookhorns attack, and this howling goes, and they all stop for a second and kind of look at each other. We roll initiative. Flintock went last time.
Yep.
I rolled a 6. Somebody has got to beat me.
I've got a +1 unless anybody else has better.
Nope.
Nope, 5. So 6.
All right, you're up first.
Sweet! Because one of these things hits me, I'm probably going down. So, howling all around, who cares? I got to survive right now. 11 hit dice worth of them. Get
Okay.
to make saves.
All right, so there are 6 left. Okay, let's roll.
You keep rolling 17s with that die. Throw it out.
Double 1s. That's like the 5th
Double
one I
ones.
rolled.
The 2 are up. Is that what I read?
Yep, 4 collapse to the ground. 2 are up.
Guys,
One of them have a spear in it that's up or down.
We'll say the one that with the spear made it.
After he does that, I start running in circles around the other 2 that are still standing with the rope that I've got in my hand.
All right, sounds good.
I'm trying to tangle them up and trip them up.
They're evil. Kill them. Oh, my move, of course, would be backing away from these guys.
The plan is to get them on the ground and then kill them.
All right, Clintock, you're up.
There's a 14 hit one.
Yep.
Oh, okay. For 4.
So one's got a spear. One you slash at one.
Yeah.
All right, they go to attack. Well, they're kind of tied up in a rope. One will swing at Jeremiah, and I will give him a negative of the rope. Let's see.
Ooh,
I was going to give him a -2. That would be a 17.
I'm pretty sure that's still a hit. Isn't chainmail like +4? AC's 15. Oh, that's going to hit.
You take 6 damage.
I'm at 0.
Okay. You have what? You're -1 or 0?
0.
Okay, you're at 0. All right, give me a save versus death or poison.
No, Jeremiah.
So I got to roll over on that one, and I got a 10,
Yeah.
and I got a 13, so I saved.
All right, so Jeremiah goes down. One will go after.
Not the bullfrog.
Really can't get to. Is Clintock shooting arrows?
Mm-hmm.
You have to go after Jeremiah.
Yeah.
All right. Can't hit Johntor. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll damage 3, so we'll just say -3. As the other one just kind of club, give me another save.
All
And they're
right.
in frustration, attacking you.
Oh, but I got a 19 on that save.
Nice.
So yeah, you're resisting. So as they whack you again, you hear something moving coming out of the woods, like galloping. And just as the Crookhorns are turning at you, a flash of what looks like a golden and yellow, a golden wolf slams into both those Crookhorns and just rip their faces right off.
Oh shit.
And
Wow.
the blood just kind of spurts everywhere, and they just start And then there's 2 more that come running in, and they just start ripping them apart. And then
What?
more wolves show up, and behind them are what looks like elves in golden armor come running out, and they just start hacking to pieces these crookhorns who are asleep.
Okay.
Wampus, as you're in the alley watching, you see these 2 ogres kind of like talking, and they're smelling like they can sort of like smell you because they're turning towards the alley. They got your scent, and then all of a sudden they are nailed by these golden wolves. Like 2 or 3 land on them. They're like, and then a 4th one hits and they all fall on the ground, and they just start ravishing them, just like ripping them to pieces.
Like Wampus kind of looks out of the alley, like peeks around and like sips the hot chocolate.
And you see these like elves in golden armor come running up, and they whistle, and the wolves come running around. They jump on them, and they go flying into Prigwort, towards the center of town.
I better find my friends soon. Let them know what's coming.
I'm gonna try to stabilize Jeremiah.
Okay.
And once he's stable, try to pick him up and running towards the fort. Go, man down, need a cleric.
Give me a D12 roll.
3.
Okay, that's a good roll. 6 total.
Nice.
Roll a D6.
5.
You have a concussion for 6 days.
I needed to roll low, didn't I?
No, I mean, it was either disabled or blood. No.
Oh.
So right now you kind of wake up in a haze. But yeah, you have a pretty bad concussion, and you see just a bunch of these elves in golden armor come running up, call their wolves and get on them and just ride into Prigwort, jumping over that collapsed gate and just like swarming it.
What date will I be on non-concussed?
It's the 21st, so I would the 27th day of Simswald.
And what's the concussion negative?
Right now you're at -4. I have to look up what happens after the next day. If you're alive.
I am alive, slightly humbled.
And then coming out of the fortress, you see Lady Harrowmoor with Smide Humble Buff, with his straw hat in one eye and his overalls covered in blood, carrying that dagger.
Glad to see you alive, and glad to see that dagger came into some use.
Oh,
Yes, that was good forethought there, Lord Clintock. And as you're doing that, like Hilda Harrowmoor, you can see her like on top of the embankment.
Oh, nice.
Like this is kind of like a fortification looking down.
Yeah.
I mean, Lady Harrowmoor says, I don't know of the casualties. I don't know what happened to my knights. I think there was some sort of hex put on them.
Yeah, they clearly seem befuddled to me.
yeah. Sir Rickon's wounded, but okay. His new squire is dead. And
Yes.
at least 2 of the other knights, I mean, I told them to attack the Crookhorns, and they didn't even know what a Crookhorn was. They are
Yes.
gone.
Yeah, well, I think that they were bewitched by something. I'm not sure.
Unclear to me. I think oddly enough, the rest of the council managed to survive as well.
Yeah, Smide's like, well, that's a damn shame.
Although, wait a second. I don't remember. Was Og's body there?
Oh yeah, he came out from underneath the.
Oh, he was one of the ones that.
Maybe we should have stayed there and finished all them off and then blamed it on the attack.
Jeremiah's not advocating this, is he? Never.
No,
No, he was.
that's
Well, he is concussed. You never know. You know what? We should have.
forgetting he's a
He's
paladin now.
falling back to his history as a bandit there.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine this attack could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse. We could have all died.
Well,
So Lady Harrowmoor is there, and so coming out of the woods now, as like these elves in their armor have all gone. They're just bodies are in their wake. And now coming out of the woods, just appearing, is a person you are familiar with, the Earl of Yellow.
yeah.
The satyr with the horn shimmering of ivory and a mane of radiant gold.
Who knew he had a golden wolf pack?
Well, when you first went to his lair, if
Yeah.
you remember, the elves were on golden wolves.
Yeah, I just didn't realize there were so many.
Kind of looks down at the Crookhorns. It seems there was a threat to Prigwort.
Was a little bit of a threat to Prigwort.
And sad to say that I don't think the brewmasters did a very good job of protecting it. Trust in mortals, and this is what you get.
Hey, we did a pretty good job of fighting, and Lord Pluttock warned everybody so that they had time to get fortified and ready.
I am
Not
not
much.
speaking of your group. I'm speaking of the council. As far as I know,
Oh,
none of you
yeah.
are on the council. I'm speaking of the brewmasters and their
Oh,
clear
yeah,
incompetence.
Right, only the farmer guy is decent. He's a hard ass.
That's why I was waiting to see where this conversation goes and what Lady Harrowmoor has to say.
He kind of looks at Lady Harrowmoor and says, I do understand that your house has dominion over Prigwort, but I do not feel it is safe in your hands anymore. As of this day, the 21st day of Simswald, Prigwort is no longer in your dominion. The Council of Elevated Brewmasters are now dissolved, and since I cannot trust mortals to do this job, I shall appoint Johntor to be in charge of Prigwort going this day forward.
Oh, God.
And that's where we can end it right there.
I love it.
Hey, Johntor, you're the mayor of Prigwort.
You got to be the mayor after all.
Whoa, he said it, but that was the enemy who said it. How'd it come true anyway?
Oh man, that was so good.
Wow.
Nice.
Baruish has been around for a couple campaigns. And he had a shitload of hit points. And I completely forgot about the hatchet that I gave you, which was good. That's the point, is for you to remember those things.
Yeah.
And his save, I needed a 5.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't roll. I didn't roll a 5, and I failed.
Oh.
And then you start beating the shit out of him. And I'm like, oh man, okay. He needs to get the hell out of here. And then go ahead.
He saved the first time, though, right?
He passed the first time and then he failed it. And then, thinking about that spell, technically it shouldn't have affected him, but I was like, that's not fair. We'll just say from now on, anything over that amount of hit dice, they just roll every round.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
then he got away, and the critical hit was he took 1d4 damage for 1d6 rounds. So you did 2 points for 3 more rounds. So that was the blood that you were seeing.
Oh yeah.
He was bleeding, right? Bleeding icicle.
And in an earlier campaign, he had sworn his allegiance to Levistus. So that was the ice. He has like something to do with ice. But anyway, the demon or person that showed up, thank God you didn't fight, because he was coming there to claim the body.
Oh yeah, I was like, this is what you want. I'm not.
Yeah,
He's gonna like toss the body and run up the stairs and climb out a window.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I was trying to telegraph that, like, this dude's bad news.
Yeah.
Do not fight him. And Lady Harrowmoor, in part of her backstory, that there is like that thing is some sort of sentient creature that she can consult, and it gives her information.
Interesting. I'm excited to see where that goes, if it goes.
And the Earl of Yellow, kind of in the description, views Prigwort as kind of he takes care of it. He would protect it.
Right.
So I figured if there was some kind of attack, eventually he would show up.
Yeah.
Right. It's the eventually part that, is the issue.
But yeah, you took care of Baruish. He is now out of the picture, and we'll see where this goes from here. Johntor's in charge of Prigwort now.
Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And I want to go back and find my bird.
Okay, yeah.
I love it. It's going to be fantastic.
Bird is one word.
All right. Appreciate it, guys, and have a good week.
All right.
Thank you.
everyone.
You too.
Bye.
Let's go.
Here's to swimming with boring women. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Set the sails. Let's go.